And we are live!
Poop!
Yes!
It has to wait 30 seconds for me, because that's just how streaming works.
Yeah. Here we go. Live now. And if I waggle my mouse around over here, I should see it in YouTube in like 20 seconds.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
good.
there it is. The mouse is waggling.
Okay, let's start putting music in, and hopefully we won't get repeats. I should probably do a better job of organizing all of these, but it's fucking...
Yeah. Here, if I equalize myself with the audio to kind of bring myself to a... There we go. Maybe there. I don't know what to do with my audio, honestly. I can only turn so many sliders. What if I fixed it here?
Welcome back.
Hello?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello!
Hello!
Welcome to my lair!
That's a nice lair.
It is nice. Thank you. I worked very hard on it. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can get my broski to join us on the stream.
Oh boy, 4 people at once.
Yeah.
This must be a new record.
More human voices.
There. Alright. So I sent a message, and now we shall await a reply.
Yay.
The stream cannot continue. Oh, wait. Hang on. I have to change my drivers. Okay. If you're gonna buy a display tablet, buy a Wacom and not an off-brand thing, because they may cost a lot more, but you get what you pay for, because the drivers are just so much better with the Wacoms. Okay, this thing is supposed to be working. There we go. Alright, this is our little screen. Now I have to go to monitor mapping and do this one. Oh wait, what if I just did that? And then this. Will it work now? Yes, now it works. Okay. Problemo solved!
I am being a terrible GJ.
Everyone at the club is booing you, Zap.
Oh no, my one fear.
Being booed. Bless you.
Ah, yes.
There. Now we'll use some more desaturated colors. You may notice that I have really desaturated these characters. And let's see, where are my oils? There they are.
Oh shit, yeah. That's very desaturated.
Yeah.
Kind of gloomy. I like it.
Yeah.
Same. Kind of gives that apocalyptic feel.
A little apocalyptic, because it's the end of the world.
Stream on the TV.
The TV?
Oh,
You have a TV?
No.
No?
It's Home Alone. I mean, I have a TV disposal,
Right.
but I don't own the TV.
You don't own it.
I don't own
Legally speaking, it's not your property.
I just thought you were lying.
No, I actually am watching the TV here. I'll show it.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Actually, that's kind of cool. Yeah.
That was very fantastic. Keeping up with tradition, I see.
Yeah, now you can see all of our gear. I'm putting it on memes.
Yeah, you were gonna
Memes?
put it- Oh, they're memes.
So I'm gonna put on memes.
Man, Sonic X looks really good. Sonic X Season 4 looks really good.
Man, season 4 looks great.
Hang on. I have to go look at
That's
that.
what I always say to myself when I write a story. Like, god damn, season 4 is going through
A serious stylistic change. I gotta be honest, it looks really damn good on that TV.
It does, and like especially when you zoom out and whatnot, it looks
Yeah.
so cool. Actually, like from here, it actually looks really good.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of confused because my brother has a larger TV that he uses as a monitor, and he gave me, or I guess let me use the old one, but now that he's moved out of state, I don't know what to do. Do I own it now? I have no idea. So I've just been using it.
Take it.
I've just been using it for the flight simulator stuff, because I also have his joystick and throttle set up here, so.
Hello, brother.
Oh my god. Oh,
Alright.
loud.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Ah, yeah, sorry. That's my bad.
Yeah, we,
Somewhat. Sorry, that's just. Wow.
hang on, I have to turn you up, alright, because the stream volume is garbo.
Wow, Fred vote was just like loud.
Oh, yeah,
He just was blasting
Yeah, he always
your ear.
starts off loud for some reason.
yeah.
In fact, I always have him at the lowest increment.
I think that's just the case with all bots, because I use my
Yeah.
bot, and he is loud.
Yeah.
I have to turn you up to max. There we go.
Brother,
Yas.
turn up your input volume.
Oh. Turn up.
Is he low for you guys?
You're low for me, and that also means you're low for the stream, because I'm looking at my audio levels right now, and the stream can barely hear you.
Okay. Let me take a look. Voice and video.
Because I have your volume at 200%, and it's still about half of what everybody else is.
Input volume. Input volume is at max.
Is it really?
Input volume is at max.
We have a good time here.
Yes, I can tell.
Well, how else am I gonna be able to do?
He's like, what a strange culture I just went into.
Yes,
I have bots yelling at me and then people belching in my ear.
yes.
That's me.
This is a beautiful place.
Is it any different from OO though? I mean, is it really?
I think there's very little difference between them,
Very little difference.
except yours is very much Art and Sonic focused.
Yes. I mean, that's basically the only reason I started the Discord is because, like, it's a collaboration thing.
Right.
Yeah, we all love Sonic.
Yeah, well, go figure. I'm gonna
Sonic
turn-
X Season 4 Discord.
Oh, yeah. Man, imagine if we were actually doing that kind of project. Like, holy crap.
That would be insane.
I mean, that'd be a pretty
That
cool
would be-
idea if, like, 7 years from now when we have all of the Sonic X models made,
Yeah.
including
That is kind
Christopher Thorndike.
And Zane, I see the
I know
clone
what-
remnants progress there. Looking good.
Thanks. It's like it's been
Been fucked forever, but it's
yeah.
It's been 1,000,000,000 years.
I still remember it
Now I
500 years ago.
I have like a fan fiction from like 2014 that I still need to finish, so don't feel too bad.
I remember the good old days of browsing fanfiction.net, looking for something decent, and then settling with some, I don't know, parody of The Office or something.
Settling with accidental smut.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's right. I'm reading fanfic.
It's
Anything could happen.
Is it really accidental?
Is it though?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. There has to be like a sitcom sort of situation for it to be considered accidental.
Yeah.
Eh. So I jumped on the stream a little bit earlier before I jumped into the Discord.
Okay.
So I caught the bit about the TV.
Yes.
So yeah, the one I'm using is currently in storage because we don't have enough room in this room to worry about it.
Yeah.
Although I could, if we somehow got a Chromecast working on the TV in here, change networks. Long story.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, if we got that working, I could cast from, say, my laptop to that thing.
Oh, nice.
I need a wireless dongle to access the network from my rig.
He
Working
said
on the laptop right
dongle.
now.
Dongle.
Yes, it's quite an elegant word.
Yes. Civilized.
I have a Bluetooth dongle.
Oh.
My USB port.
I really do wonder if British people actually say dongle. There's probably a British village called Dongle, if we're being honest.
Let me look that up.
Are there
Oh, I
any
see.
villages
Where are you from, mate?
Dongle?
I'm from Dongle.
Quirky city names, unusual place names.
I like Germany because there's a town called Vank.
There is no dongle in Wikipedia's unusual place names.
What?
It's the thing they call on.
So that means it's up to us to make dongle. Got it.
Precisely.
Roger, roger.
Roger.
Rob.
Oh, see, now I'm
Oh,
keeping up with
another
tradition.
Mm-hmm.
I had Italian for lunch, so that was actually very pleasant.
A whole Italian.
Ate an Italian? Oh no.
One whole Italian.
Yeah, Mario's not coming back. What? No.
This is a board-free household.
Vor-free household? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Oh, God. No, wait, I'm into that sort of thing. No.
There is to be no eating in the vault.
Zivolvrum.
Dude, I'm loving the smudge.
The smudge.
The smudginess.
The
Looks
smudge.
good.
Smuggles.
The painterly effect.
Yes.
Yeah. Sketchbook is a
Those are
great
dope.
program, man. It is really just incredible. And
Okay.
all these brush add-ons that I have in here, like these colored pencils and these crosshatches, they're all free expansions. I mean, it's all pretty much open source now, so it's pretty cool. Well, I guess not open
That's cool.
source, but you know, it's free at least.
Hmm.
So we'll do that. There's this is the white layer. Okay. Watch, somebody's gonna make a segregation joke about how the layers are divided by color.
Oh no.
You
By the way,
just made it, so congratulations.
See, that's how humor works with me. I'm too much of a coward to be edgy, and so I infer that edginess upon imaginary people who don't exist.
No, just say it's 4K. There you go.
Yeah,
Paul, get out of here. No one likes you.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Too scared to be edgy.
Yeah. I'm not infinite, okay? I'm not the tallest of mountains. I'm not the darkest of days.
I'm not the roughest of waves.
I'm not the last one that's standing, so, you know,
Get in my way.
get in my way. I mean, the way people drive around here.
Uh-oh.
Stupid
There you
alarm. Oh,
What?
I think his
My
alarm
alarm.
was going.
yeah.
I didn't hear anything.
I
No,
think it kicked him out. Is what I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
happened.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what it does. I was having like a timer set for the render.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
That's actually why I'm watching on the TV.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Render is like,
Why is it automatically wanting to push this at 480p? No, 1080 60. Come on. You know
Yeah,
better than this.
Come on now, guys. 8K is the new standard.
obviously.
8K 240.
Did y'all
280 hertz.
did you guys watch that Captain Disillusion video on resolution that I shared in the Discord?
Maybe. Hold on.
I haven't.
Could-
I saw the flipbook animation.
well,
like,
that's not a title I remember.
crap. But
There's like a
is that under main or is that a different channel?
I think it's under main. I may have mistakenly put it under memes. Which I guess it's not mistaken cuz
Those are the best kinds.
yes.
Oh wow, yeah, that looks like quite the setup over there, Melon Lord.
But what about my cabbages? Oh, we need to start watching those again.
They're so good.
Yes.
They're so good.
We need to watch it before summer's end.
Have it.
Before summer's end.
There's
We
104
must watch it
days of
before
summer
summer's end.
vacation.
School comes along just to end it, unless you're an A and P
I-
student with continuing education. In that case, you get summer semester.
Hold on 1 second.
I'm really glad they delayed the movie.
Yeah,
Like till
yeah,
I didn't think they would do it, but they actually did.
that makes me happy.
That's good. Yeah, like it's like I can appreciate that. They actually want to fix it. Like no studio does that.
Exactly.
Any
No,
We haven't seen it happen
in
before.
history has done that. Yes, that's the point. Why say many word when few word do trick?
Yeah.
There's the BFF
There's that-
Ministry. Yeah, there's the Tales and Friends drunken mishap. So.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Oh no, I keep forgetting we have Inspirobot in this one.
Yeah.
Dadaism will save us from a new dark age, says the shark. Oh boy. I need to
Hey,
scan
oh
that
my god,
again.
like enough. I just keep like glancing back at the stream, going, hey. It looks good though. No, seriously though. Oh
Getting atmospheric here.
yeah, it's perfect for the desaturation.
Yeah. See, now I'm happy with this. That day I was totally out of my groove, but now things are getting better.
Oh yeah, there was the Tales Sonic Universe thing. At that comic book shop I went in.
Oh yeah.
Actually, hold on. I'm gonna go to this Sonic Universe.
You look for oh, there it is. This was on the 15th. This was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Great. Interesting. The shortened Earl, of course, has the URL, whatever it is. I just call it Earl because it sounds like a name.
Yeah.
I mean, it isn't.
Earl.
Earl, get out of here.
But for the Captain Disillusion, the Disillusion Resolution,
Yeah.
that's surprisingly a mouthful. It's one Uncle 2KS. I don't know, I latch on to the weirdest things.
Yeah.
It's more resolution.
But yeah, in that video, he basically says that there's a threshold where it doesn't matter, you know, how many pixels you can stuff into a screen. It's
Your eye literally cannot see.
yeah, it literally will not matter. The only thing that could really be improved is like the stops in the camera, the amount of light that it can detect. And that's actually deteriorated. at least in the way that filmmakers are utilizing it now, and that's
Are you talking
something
about, like,
that's
frames per second or just
um,
pixels?
talking about the resolution of the pixels and stuff, and how many you can stuff into a little screen.
The resolution of the pixels.
Yes.
Each pixel has pixels in it.
Yes, it's called exponentipixel.
There was
Exponixel.
There was only one Tails arc in
Yeah.
Sonic Universe. Wow.
Really?
Yeah, I'm looking through them all, and like, Shadow has like 3 kind of ish.
Uh huh.
4. Silver has 3 at least. Well, 2.
Wasn't that like the really dark one
Uh,
where they all
Okay,
died
okay, wait, which one are we talking about?
with Enerjack?
Okay, yeah, that was the first standalone Silver arc.
Okay, got
That
you.
was like one of the best ones in my opinion.
I
because
agree.
that really showed Silver as a great character.
Yeah.
Before then, he was in that one 30 years later saga.
Yeah.
And then after that, he was in the Secret Freedom Fighters. And then it was the Silver Age. So he's had like 4 arcs.
Yeah.
Shadow, I think, has also had 4 arcs, but he's shared 2 of them with Knuckles.
Ah.
Uh,
See, this is real nerd stuff here.
yeah,
This is what we do.
I haven't read the second one, but I remember really liking the first one. Actually, no, wait, no, they were also in one of the Knuckles arcs, so technically they were in 3. Actually, they probably were in the first Knuckles one, so there you go. And then there's the single Scourge arc.
Yeah. Basically, the only Scourge arc that matters to me is Evan Stanley's Ghost of the Future.
I still need to read that.
It's pretty cool. And the art is fantastic, as usual.
Well, Evan Stanley does work for the comics now.
Exactly.
She has for like the past. Shit, what was her first comic? I'm genuinely curious about that.
I'm just really impressed that she had first-hand design and Whisper and what's the new bad guy?
It's Dr. Starline.
Starline?
Starline, the
Yeah.
platypus dude.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
cool.
Have any of y'all made attempts to make a Typhoon map in Stage Builder?
I have not attempted to do anything in Stage
I
Builder
never
because
started
I-
my Typhoon project in Blender, which is unfortunate.
Very,
Okay, yeah, no, right.
incredible.
We were talking about 2 entirely different things. We were talking about Smash Brothers.
Wait,
Yeah.
oh, in Stage Builder?
The Stage Builder.
I thought you were, since we were going on about SFM before, but
Oh, no.
I didn't know there was a Stage Builder in Smash Brothers.
They just added it.
Yeah,
So.
it just had it.
Oh,
I didn't
sweet.
know either.
Go.
For like a long time.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, we made no mention of Smash, and then, like, y'all knew, but I was off, like, way off in Blenderville.
So there was some sort of 3D application too.
Yeah.
What if like Carlos Blender?
I haven't tried like any Stage Builder shenanigans because I can't draw on that thing.
Yeah, it is tedious.
But there are a lot of people who make a lot of
I've made
really,
better
really
stuff
cool
in
stuff.
Open Planet.
Yeah.
God, I miss that game.
Wait, what the hell? What is going on? Oh. Okay. That changes between pen and eraser mode. Got it.
Okay, then Stanley's first comic was Archie Sonic 231.
Cool. This soundtrack either sounds like Sonic 06 or Forces, but I can't.
It's actually neither.
Hang on.
it's around the time of Sonic 06,
Yeah.
but it's not Sonic 06.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Hold on. What is it? Oh yeah. Oh okay. That's what. Alright. Black dude. Okay. Because I like deep within my brain cells, I know that thing. I know that song.
This is the Black Doom theme from Shadow the Hedgehog.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounded kind of Game Grumpsy to me.
For real.
This is Aaron's theme.
uh-huh.
Whenever he plays a new Sonic game.
Angry retro. Luckily, I have like a stylus. I had a stylus for the for my iPhone long ago,
Uh-huh.
so now it kind of works for Stage Builder as well.
Ah, okay.
So that's convenient for me.
Yeah. I heard that there was going to be something for like Mario Maker that would give you a stylus for that. So like I was
Ooh.
thinking maybe if I pick that up, then there you go. I can do that on Stage Builder.
Yeah, I might be able to. I'm really considering on getting that game.
Mario Maker.
Yeah.
I didn't really play too much of the original, but that's also because like at that point my Wii U was kind of shot in the control sticks.
I haven't played the last one either. Like,
Oh no, the official Sonic the Hedgehog channel is streaming.
Oh,
We're going to lose subscribers.
we're losing subscribers again.
like I mean like again like while we're doing.
Oh,
And also like I kind of cringe at it when I, use my fingers to,
Draw
do the
things.
touch. Yeah, because like I kind of don't like touching my Switch screen.
yeah.
With that, so like, I want that. I need that stylus.
Yeah, I felt weird pressing the screen to take care of a couple of purchases here. You're like, just tap, don't think about it. Just tap, don't think about it, because I was too lazy to get up and get the controller.
Yeah. You need to put on the gloves.
Pretty much. I just imagine if they actually made like gloves for the Switch.
Oh yeah. Well, that's like one of the more expensive replica cars that I have. Came in this styrofoam box, and one of the other items that came with it was a pair of lint-free cotton gloves. So you knew it was serious. It's like, holy cow, this is insane. It's just a Corvette. What do you want?
Everything.
We demand the utmost care. Okay, what brush do I have? I'm still on that one. Alright. I made a mistake with Cosmo because I put all of her coloration on one layer, and that was dumb.
Ah,
Well, except for the skin tone and the little flowery
good.
thingies. But Cosmo is fun to shade because she has kind of iridescent hair almost.
And plus, we've been so used to seeing her in a semi-okay 2D style.
Exactly.
It's nice to see her
Rendered in HD.
pretty much in remastered.
Yeah.
In remastered 2019.
People are still complaining about her eyes, though.
God damn it. I prefer rounder eyes.
Yeah.
this, even though no one is going to see it.
Also, this stage builder really needs a duplicator or copy and paste
Yeah.
thing. Like
Doesn't
anything
have that.
that's involves creating things needs that. Like
Yeah, exactly.
oh, dude, looking good.
Tanks.
Every time I keep like looking away, I always see something like like extremely better. It's so cool.
That's
And
my
like, oh,
secret.
That's why
steps
it's so great.
What steps did he skip this time? How many shortcuts did you take? Tell me your secrets.
I'm so lazy.
like the instructions, the freaking instruction manuals and whatnot.
Looks like something come up. I've got to head out. Sorry, guys.
Okay, that's alright.
Okay.
See ya.
Well, that was nice talking to you, dude.
Nice talking to you.
It's a pleasure. Get you next time.
The taxman is here.
Okay, so the squeakiness is coming from the person. Okay, cool. Just wanted to confirm. Don't mind me. I'll offer my share of voices next time.
Yay.
Alright.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Why are we still saying bye?
I'm sorry. I just have to come back and say what abomination.
Huh?
I'm sorry. It's just dead eyes. That is all.
I like the router eyes.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for your input.
I'm going to be right back.
Okay.
Righty. Ew.
Alright, what time is it? Okay. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go let the puppy dog back inside.
Alrighty. I'll stay on guard.
Apparently, he was already let back inside, so that was great.
Oh.
Oh, do you have Left 4 Dead 2 installed, or were you not able to get that to work?
I still have to. I'm probably gonna have to get that once I finish my renders and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I have a crap ton of renders going on my computer. And I just need to put them together and then just
Right.
delete it.
Yeah.
Upload it. So, yeah,
Gotcha.
I'll try to get to that soon.
Yeah, I was just curious because that it'd be kind of fun to play some games and
Yeah.
kill zombies together. That'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Kill
just
some
a bunch of
zombies.
zombie killers.
Have you ever killed a walker before?
Aim for the head. Man, if I put this much effort into every single frame of the comic, it would look really good,
Oh.
but it'd also take a bajillion years. Holy cow.
Well, I don't know. We kind of did this final touch like pretty fast.
Yeah, it's kind of fast, but
I mean, like you're mainly just because you're. I think it's mostly just has to do with like chatting and whatnot.
right, time
It kinda
passes.
keeps- Yeah. Seriously though, like that looks really good, dude.
Thanks. Yeah, the style that I like is the one that gives me kind of instant gratification, so that's pretty much
nice
it.
Shadow color. That's a good choice.
Okay, once I give her highlights, maybe it'll look better. Put a highlight around the edge.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back!
Okay, this does not sound familiar. What is this song?
I don't know.
Okay, I guess we're at Lost Palace.
Guess we're in Lost Palace.
Anyways, Nizane,
Yes.
how is Hello Knight treating you?
Very good. I am actually enjoying quite. It's getting to a Dark Soulsy kind of.
It's a very Dark Soulsy type of game.
I mean, not. I'm not saying like necessarily style wise, but I mean grinding wise.
Yeah.
There's some
Okay.
parts that are trying to make me nearly crush my controller.
Yeah, this is a hard
But-
game.
But other than that, I'm liking it so far. You know?
Like-
And apparently it's not as. Yeah, this whole time I thought like the door at the end of was it Dirtmouth? Yeah. Dirtmouth Village. I thought
Yeah.
it was gonna be like an extra, like another like city to journey to, but no, I guess.
Yeah, that's
It's all-
that is a
it's
little
all.
disappointing, but hey,
Oh well, it's an indie game. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far.
that's good.
It's just getting to that moment.
Alright, I like that. That's better.
Yeah, that looks really good, dude. How is the line too short? Just make it. How is that so hard?
Why is life so difficult?
I kind of want to talk more about Hollow Knight, but I also don't because, like, I've said this before, but I kind of want. What I think I would kind of like to do is get Aviator, the game, and have him play it on stream,
Oh,
and we just kind
yeah.
of like
Yeah.
sort not backstreet game, but like kind of watch as he goes through it because I think that'd be a really cool experience.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Watch him suffer. and whatnot.
Suffer. Wish I was
Stuff.
in a different
it's not
universe.
a hard game. It's just there's.
It's a hard game, but
It's not a hard game. It's not a hard game, but
it's fun.
it's
no,
a hard game.
It's a fun like little, side scroller.
Yeah.
Metroidvania.
What is this?
This is probably the Team Adventure map theme for the racing game that just came out that I forget.
Oh,
Team
yeah.
Racing.
That's right. Yeah, I remember. It's really chill music.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of some old stuff by, like, the Eagles or Guns N' Roses or something. Like, before they get into the hard stuff. Just from the strumming and stuff.
That is a repeat song, but okay.
But it's alright by me.
Later.
I feel like that should be Chow Garden music.
Yes. Well, I mean, there are Chow in the game that you can play as
Yeah, but
instead of
Legit.
Rabbit.
legit Chow Garden music. Like, we need another Chow Garden.
Make it happen,
Yes.
Sega.
I don't care what anybody says, we need a Chow Garden. Have we started an ASMR channel?
Yes.
Yes! Meanwhile, people walk in and Zane's watching this on the TV. What's going on over here?
I have it muted, so I'm just like up when I hear.
That's
I'm
probably for
listening
the
to just-
best.
Yeah, like I'm on Discord on the phone.
Yeah.
And then I just have like the stream, like.
Going on in the background.
I think that's kind of what you're supposed to do when you're on the stream,
I-
actually.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let the
when
speed
you're-
mend it.
Home Alone.
Exactly.
Oh, hey. Looney Pop's apparently $10 now. Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's a great deal.
The first review. I'm a disappointment to my family.
Oh,
Damn.
This review was helpful. Thank you.
yes.
Edgy.
I can't wait for Hootie Pop on the Switch.
Oh. So which is better? Is it Honey Pop or Dream Daddy? Hmm. These are
It's
serious
entirely
questions.
Huh?
These are serious questions.
This answer.
These are questions that need to be answered.
Yes,
The answer is dependent entirely on your sexual orientation.
I see. But is it really? No.
Boobs are inherently better. Yes.
This is the truth.
Sometimes you wonder, like in anime and stuff like that, when women, like in the more, crude anime and whatnot, you gotta wonder like if the voice actors are like into that or they're just.
Yeah, I don't know.
You see, these are the kind of questions I need you answered.
They probably get paid really well.
Yeah.
We'll just go with that.
That or they just really do like it.
Wait, hang on. So, who do you think... Hang on. Who has the more ethically acceptable job? Real porn stars or, like, voice actor porn stars?
I'm gonna
It's funny
go
because
on.
I thought this was gonna be like an actual serious question for a second. And then,
I mean, it technically is, you know.
These are
It is.
serious bong questions, okay? These are
questions that need to be answered.
these are questions you ask when you hit the bong. And then they're serious. That's how...
I mean, with how certain standards of beauty are, you know, may as well go for the drawing. That way, no one gets hurt.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, when you realize that you can never actually have an anime titty in your hand, you basically start to go
Zap,
back and
how
lower
could
your
you?
standards.
You're ruining my dreams.
No, but if you lower your standards of not having your end goal be an anime titty, then you can find true love.
Exactly.
You can fall in love with a character for their personality, as opposed to the anime
Oh my
titty.
gosh, but that's like a novel idea. Who does that? I mean, it's not like that's how relationships are supposed to work or anything.
That's why you gotta watch an anime where everyone has the same size anime titty.
I see.
And then you look, and with that factor out of the way, you fall in love with them because of their personality.
So, Sonic X minus Rouge.
No, Sonic X, but everyone is.
But everyone is Rouge.
But everyone is.
That sounds like the title to a Call Me Kevin video.
Oh boy.
Where did we go so wrong?
This is what we. This is what we come to.
Yes,
This is what happens when we have very little to talk about right now.
exactly. Well, speaking
When
of
an
Sonic X,
unstoppable force
hello.
meets an immovable object.
What happens? They explode. Duh. Speaking of Sonic X, here's the Sonic X soundtrack.
Yes.
Like I say, it's underrated.
It is an underrated soundtrack, I'll say that right now.
Oh, that's not Sonic X.
Nope.
I really need to, like... One thing I need to do is I need to figure out what I'm gonna do when it comes to voice actors.
Yeah.
Because my basic plan for my SFM scripts is I'm just gonna kind of get like a good 6 or so of them finished, and then finally build the computer because I have no idea what I'm doing. I need to just sit down and do it. I'm lazy. I'm sorry. Yeah, I need to do that. But once I essentially have all the scripts written, I'll just ask the voice actors to read all the characters' lines in bulk.
Yeah.
But my main problem with that is, like, what should the pay be? Because I am asking them to read like 6 different scripts.
Right.
No.
I guess you just
That's some.
what's the word? Negotiate with them about some special 6 for the price of 3 deal or something, you know.
That's another thing. Like, see, like what I like about having a range is that even if you like do get voice actors wanting you might come to a point where you might actually have to pay for them, and you're only lucky if they're more voluntary voice
Yeah.
actors.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I also just don't like if someone's gonna lend their voice. I feel like I have to give them something in return, and like money is the easiest way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I also kind of went with because like my bait, I don't want to like I'm gonna spoil the pay that I gave to everyone on One Up. I paid both voice actors like $10 because it was a very short script,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
they each did like 2 characters across that short script, so it's kind of like essentially kind of paying them $5 per character, which sounds really cheap.
Yeah.
But if I basically take that approach, then I'm probably gonna have to end up paying like the main Tails voice actress like at least $60.
Right.
Yeah.
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 That's not even getting into the fact that I don't have voice actors for everyone because the Chaotix are going to play a small role in a few of them.
Oh yeah.
I want to do the Chaotix right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm actually very impressed with Vector's current voice actor.
Yeah, he does a fantastic job.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
he's straight up the best voice actor for the character.
Yeah, I think so as well. I do kind of miss the original though, because he had that kind of. In Sonic X, he really gave the character the personality, especially in
I agree.
Season 3.
Oh yeah.
I think the Chaotix were just fantastic in Season 3.
And then there's the world famous Find the Computer Room.
Yeah. Find the computer room!
Find the computer.
Can't do it. I
I
mean,
don't think anyone can but him.
Pretty much.
Find the computer room, yeah!
Find the computer room.
We must find the computer room, Duralius.
Holy salamander shit. This is amazing. I've just been thinking of
Googlius! Googlius!
Googlius!
Watch, people are gonna be like, what are they referencing? It's so obscure!
I don't know what's going on.
Help
You
me!
be more consistent of your content.
You remember the Newgrounds days? Yeah, I didn't want to kill myself back then.
How depressing, but also real.
But also accurate. Damn it, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well.
It's true.
It's true! Damn, look at those sneakers! Those are some pretty well shaded sneakers! Wow!
This makes me want to do some renders now.
But you just did a render, Zane!
More renders.
Animation render.
Oh, animation renders. See, those are even better than, like, what I'm doing. Because it moves.
I mean, you can make this move if you tried really hard.
Oh man, I don't even want to think about how much effort that would take. Holy cow.
It look good though.
It would look good. I mean, not that I'm bragging, I'm just saying, I mean, yeah, it would.
It would look good.
But it would.
I know it would.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'm only saying.
It'll look
It would
good.
look good. It would, in fact.
If I did it, it would look.
It would look good.
Especially if it's by me.
Yeah, yeah. See? He gets it.
He understands.
Uh-huh.
I say this guy knows what it's all about.
Yeah. Stage thing.
All right.
Wait, what got posted in the memes? Oh god, okay, yeah.
I like the rounder eyes.
Let's go all Javaku. Like, isn't it beautiful?
It's a beautiful.
Thank you, Drax.
Oh yeah. But it's so beautiful, Duranius. Did y'all notice that about 3/4 of the way through the series, his voice just changed?
It starts getting less like.
Yeah. The guy who was voice acting was like, "This is too much effort. Fuck this shit," and he just stopped trying. You know, he's just using basically a normal voice.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
He obviously got better as he came back to life.
Uh huh.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler alert. What are you talking about? No, he died.
He was reborn.
He
No,
died
was
and got
reborn.
better.
He was reborn.
Yes.
Yeah, he was reborn
Yes.
with a decent voice.
This is fitting music as I color in eyes. Because they always do, when you're in animation or in movies in general, anytime they have a close-up of eyes, it's always like this cheesy music.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's,
The eyes are the gateway to the soul.
that's true. Look into my special eyes. My brand.
My brand.
Oh, seriously though, if I saw this and like this was like I don't know, like just this shot right here, like this was like a shot of like some kind of anime, I would instantly click on it.
Yeah.
Like I see this and I go like, this looks like a freaking emotional roller coaster that'll get me like teary-eyed. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
This
Man,
looks like this could destroy my heart.
Tails is spacing out. I just realized, I mean, he is, like, really seriously pondering life at this moment. Like, holy cow, what's going on? I don't even know. I have.
The more I think about it, there's gonna be a lot of moments like that in a LAR prequel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I have a vague idea of the context behind this, but it's not fleshed out enough to be
I know. How
to have that kind of impact. But it's gonna be pretty drastic.
Think of that impact.
Yeah.
Like
It
Tails'
it
dead
may
mom.
it may involve a literal. Actually,
Pretty much.
do they die in the comics?
No, not in the comics.
Oh.
No, I don't think they get roboticized, but they get
Yeah.
back.
Well,
Yeah.
not even that. They're in space. They're in space
Wait, really?
because essentially they're on the other side of the galaxy fighting in some sort of war because of another alien race
Oh my God.
that abducted
They
them.
were fighting the Metarex before Tails even knew it.
Oh,
There you go.
You know that kind of. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but
Yeah.
That sounds
What's this?
exactly what happens in my comic.
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh shit. No, like that's been happening a lot to me recently. Like there would be so many things I added to my story,
Uh-huh.
and then like when I kind of like reference like more stuff about Sonic that I didn't know about, there'd be like a lot of times where like where I look up stuff and it actually like the stuff in my story actually happened.
Right.
And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I don't have to come up with a reason why that exists.
Right.
Okay.
There you
So like
go.
when people ask me, they're like, "Oh, it's like, oh, he's like this OC." What? No, this kind of character actually existed.
Yeah.
It's canon.
This is real, guys.
Tails does actually canonically have an uncle whose name is Merlin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on with my
actually
freaking...
does wear a red cape.
Obviously.
He becomes Superman.
Tails is actually the chosen one.
Yeah.
We don't like to talk about that one though.
No.
But he is the chosen one.
But he is, though.
Yes, he is.
He is the chosen one.
He is our chosen one. No. He has chosen his way into our
It's
hearts.
like these anime girls who are like, "Our chosen."
Oh my god. All starry-eyed.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a spider in my room? Oh my gosh, there's tiny spiders all over my desk.
Indeed.
I want to move away.
I want to find a place to move.
Yeah, that'd be helpful, wouldn't it?
It'd be a nice
Would be.
thing.
It'd be great.
It'd be great. Wait.
I am kind of looking at the positive side of like my situation right now, because right now, like I'm basically sleeping in the living room, right?
Yeah.
But I got access to the kitchen,
Exactly.
so I don't have to like get a late night snack and feel bad when I wake someone up.
I remember
Great.
I would go over to my friend's house when I was years ago, and I mean the entire house was tile, and you heard every single footstep from outside. It was so echoey, and it's like 3 in the morning, and we're playing Call of Duty Zombies or whatever, and then we want to go get a Pop-Tart or something. So we slowly open the door and then close it, and of course it makes this huge echo, and we're trying so hard to be quiet, and you just hear every footstep as we go down the stairs, and then somebody wakes up and they're like, "Why aren't you asleep?" We're like, "How did you hear us? We were moving so quietly." I always felt bad. I let him do the talking because I was a coward.
I know, no, I know how you feel.
Yeah.
Especially because the people, my brother and his friend, ones I live with, they have really almost too good ears because of their time in the Navy.
Yeah.
So it's just really hard to like not wake them up.
Right.
Like that. And not only that, it doesn't help the fact that these walls are just thin. That's why I've been having a hard time just voice acting, because these walls, like, you can hear just damn near everything, like every snot snore. These walls. It sucks. But it's good though, because like they go to work and like I can use that time to voice act.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, now I have to find character in myself to do the right voices. But
Right.
that's
Yeah.
basically the only issue. And I don't know why, but I've been having a hard time doing that. But at least I have that.
It's
advantage.
tricky. Sometimes you just gotta take off for a week and just be okay with that, because it's not gonna, the inspiration's not gonna be there every day. And I've noticed that even as much as I've delayed my projects, it's so much better to just, focus on getting to sleep on time and going to school and doing the stuff that matters first, and then doing the other stuff. And eventually, if you get high enough on caffeine, then the inspiration will come. And it's like, there you go.
Pretty
Caffeine,
much.
the ultimate antidepressant.
Exactly.
Yeah, like there'd be like a day where I kind of just like try to like plan it out. Where like, okay, tomorrow I'm just gonna go full on and get a lot of things done and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, first I'm gonna do my chores, and then maybe play a few games, and then I was gonna do it. But like the moment I started doing it, I just kind of like get back into this mindset, going like, oh shit,
The slump.
I forgot how complex I made this. I have to fix this, and then this has a problem, and for some reason this shadow's not.
Yeah.
Stress all over again. I start procrastinating, but like, okay, I need to play something real quick.
Yeah.
And then eventually, I know I just don't get it done. Yeah,
That's
maybe
just how life be.
It
but yeah,
does
maybe
that.
But yeah, maybe I'll just take a week, because like there'd be times where I feel like I can do it because now I have the time.
Yeah.
But like the thing is, like when I actually do it, sometimes I always don't get satisfied with the voice work that happens.
Sure.
I mean, the voice work I actually get done, and so I just start losing it because like animating things would be like a lot easier. It's just
Right. Well, because
the
that's
voice line
something.
I need.
That's something
Yeah,
that
it's like,
you can scrub through and make little tweaks, and it's instantaneous. Where with a voice line, you have to do it over and over and over again, the whole thing.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah. And like because there was like this whole sequence I made right now. Actually, it's basically like not really spoiling anything at all, but like it's basically like a dogfight scene
Yeah.
in Clone Remnants, and I got that done in like a couple days. But the only reason I took long was because like the rendering took wild. But
The rendering was 12
and
hours.
plus, I just wanted to play games. while, like I wanted something to be going on while I was playing games, so I don't feel bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was just like like that. I made like real quick, and
Right.
then like I finally get to the climatic part where they come down, and they start fighting each other. That's where the voices come in, and
Yeah.
And you just can't do it.
yeah, like that's like the block. Like next thing I know, like stopping again.
Yeah, it happens. But
Yeah.
oh damn. How did I do this?
Oh, you do what?
It looks so good.
It does. Like no, like seriously, man. Like this is, this is so much. I'm gonna be honest. This is so much better than last time.
Oh yeah, no,
It's,
most definitely. No,
it's like
the airbrush shading technique is totally dated for me. I can't pull that off and think that it's any good anymore.
like last time, I kind of just thought like okay, maybe he's just going for a simplistic color style, but this.
I was totally unhappy with it. No, to me, how well the piece conveys emotion is all down to how complex your shading is. So, if you make it random and, you know, obviously there's some color involved and composition and whatever, but honestly, most
in
of
the
it.
words of Moriarty, it's like because like last time I was just thinking like oh, he's just going for a more simplistic color, but like now this time, in the words of Moriarty from Sherlock, you gotta admit that's sexy.
Damn right.
Oh, freaking Moriarty.
I know. Was that from the TV series?
Cumberbatch one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was rewatching that series earlier. Oh, it's still good.
Yeah.
Still great.
It's pretty fantastic.
Yeah. It's like the dialogue and just the set, the music, and I really like it's like it's not too dark either, and it's
Right.
not so overly complex. It's like perfect blend.
Yeah, they keep it nice and lighthearted, and it's not like.
And it's not too lighthearted either. Like, it's
But
not
it doesn't treat you like a little kid either.
Yeah.
Doesn't hold your hand through it, like a lot of Sherlock.
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
I tried so hard not playing this game again. I failed.
I failed miserably.
This is my go-to game now. Like anything else.
Nothing holds a candle.
It's too good. Like I can't even. This game. Other than Smash.
Right.
Other than some other games and I can't. Breath of the Wild. I love and hate this game. I love it. It's like the freaking best open world experience I ever had, and I hate it because it's the best open world experience I ever had.
Right. It takes up all my time.
Like this. Yeah, like
It raised my expectations, and now I expect too much of other developers.
like
E3 is just around the corner, so hopefully they announce something.
Yeah.
yeah, I really hope so. Like, cause
I
I'm
just
really
heard a
having
soda.
hard time.
Going back.
It's either a soda or a Budweiser. I don't know which.
It's both.
Oh, Soda Weiser.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There you go. Sorry. But anyways.
It's all the things.
Back to video games.
Back to video games.
Like, I just can't. Like, I try like other games and whatnot to like, cause like there'd be like, cause I really want to try out like Final Fantasy 9
Yeah.
to get into the series, cause my brother and his friend are really into it. And I go like, okay, all right, well, let me see it's all about.
I'll get the best one in the franchise.
Pretty much. They say like that. Like they say like this one was like the best way to start it. So
There you go.
And plus, it looks interesting to me.
I like how they're Navy dudes and they're into Final Fantasy. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're very nerdy. In fact, I get all my nerdiness from my brother.
Yeah, see? There you go.
That's always the best part. Yeah, they're very techy and nerdy. Yeah.
Nice.
That's good.
Maybe they can
Great.
teach Zap how to build his computer.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
Every single one of my computer savvy friends just comes over to my house and forces me to build a computer.
It's like, do it.
It's like, this is how you do it, Zap. Now, what's your justification? Stop procrastinating. Your friends want to play Left 4 Dead too.
Seriously, man. Like, I wish I could build my computer.
I just don't know what I'm doing.
What are you doing with your life?
Zap, you have a motherboard, and then you have a power supply, and then you put the power supply in the motherboard, and then you take your GPU and you put it in the motherboard, and then you take your fans and you connect them all to the motherboard.
You know they're getting all politically correct with the computer terms now. Instead of a motherboard, they're calling it a system board.
There you go.
It's a motherboard.
Or is it a fatherboard?
See, it's the patriarchy. You can't have a patriarchy. What are you thinking? As a gentleman, I can say that I truly am the bane of society. Oh no. Oh. I always forget to drink water. Wow, that was appetizing.
Save that for later.
Mm.
Save that burp for later.
Put it in the fridge. They're better when they're cold. How do I know this? I don't. You ever had a dry ice burp?
No.
Me neither.
Sounds good.
It does sound good. Sounds like flash freezing your lungs.
I swear anyone's gonna find this and just.
Someone's gonna try it. Mr. Beast is gonna do I hold on to dry ice for 24 hours challenge. And then
Keep blinking
what's
your
his
eyes.
name is gonna copy it. What's that YouTube drama going on between Mr. Beast and that really annoying kid? I don't even know. Anyway, it's
Oh,
funny. I'm making obscure
Oh, yeah.
references.
And I got a micro SD card so I can play many more games.
Hey!
And I'm also getting the
Yarr.
Switch charging battery pack with the Joy-Con thingies.
Yeah.
I feel like, because like while I think like detached Joy-Cons with Pro Controller feels would just be a breeze.
Right.
I really like the detached style. Cause like not, cause you're not like you're not holding it with both of your hands and whatnot. You can just flare your arms back and just still play and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's relaxing.
Just like ASMR. We're gonna give her face a little bit more. Why does this not work? I kind of hear a slimy noise, and I'm scared to ask what that is.
I thought that was. Isn't that you're clicking? Aren't you clicking on something?
That might, yeah, okay, that might be me then.
I was like, what is that slimy noise? I have no idea what that is.
It's okay. I'm here to inform you. It's not a slimy noise.
I see.
The clicking sound. Yeah, I'm typing keyboard on the Switch.
Oh,
Oh my
okay. See, that's it.
Yeah.
I like Nintendo sounds though. They're always kind of
Oh yeah.
charming.
Yeah, it's just the keyboard. It really aggravates me when there's like, when it's a completely new like layout from the Xbox and PS4. Because I'm so used to
Right.
like clicking on their keyboards, and now like Nintendo's like all switched around and whatnot. And you're like,
Get it? Switched around. Huh.
Luckily there's actually this accessory where it's like a keyboard for a Switch, and it's like kind of like a Joy-Con grip thing.
Uh-huh.
It's really convenient. I might get that.
And as we all know, convenience is the only thing that matters. Indeed. Oh my god. Oh no. That sounds like Creepy Gerald from down the street. The stream is going places where no other stream has gone before.
Oh no, plenty of streams have gone to these places before. They're just all on Pornhub.
You mean, yeah, all the gamer girl streams have gone here before.
We're showing up pride.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I made a stage. I'm calling it IDK Island.
IDK Island?
Yes.
Is this the meme one?
I don't know actually.
I don't know. What did I put in the Discord again? I have no idea. No, that's the real one.
There we go.
Yeah.
Finally got the real one.
Yeah!
For the first time
In forever!
Oh man. Like, that looks.
We
good.
should start a band.
This will make a good thumbnail for something.
We're like really good at singing and shit. So Knuckles is a Lorax then. If his duty is to save the flower.
Yes.
Yes.
I speak for the trees. And the trees say shut the fuck up.
I speak for the emeralds.
Oh god.
Mainly Master Emeralds, but
You know, that's a parody animation just waiting to happen.
yeah. I literally just paused my Switch when I said that.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
You may have an idea there.
Thanks, FT. Thanks,
Whips up animation in like 2 minutes. Racks up millions of views.
I speak for the emeralds. I like good stages.
Have you seen the two that I made? Or not made, but the several that I showed off?
Yeah, I've actually seen them. Check them out.
What'd you think of the first one?
Well made. It's beautiful.
Thank
It's a beautiful, lovely.
It's a beautiful one with 7 rings in hand for some reason.
Seriously, but there is so many. It's funny how unfiltered or how uncensored these stages are publicly being. Star Wars. I want a Mustafar map for my Anakin and Obi-Wan knees.
It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground.
You turned her against me!
You underestimate my power. Don't try it.
I love prequel memes.
They're the best.
I don't want to spark any controversy here, but probably the best thing to come out of the prequels is the memes.
You're not wrong.
Meanwhile, some Jar Jar Binks fanboy is like, "Oh my God, I'm triggered."
I mean, there are gonna be
great
people,
stories.
there are gonna be people out there who say that they're better than the new movies.
Well, actually,
I'm pressing X to doubt.
to be honest,
You're
they
not,
are.
you're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong, man.
It's not really a.
Well, actually, no. You know what? Episode 3 was pretty good.
Episode 3 was great. It was great.
Yeah. And then you compare that to The Last Jedi, and it's like, okay, yeah, without question,
better.
it's better. Yeah.
No, Last Jedi was shit. Like it wasn't just bad, but like it was just really. It was made to be bad, pretty much. Like it was just.
It's pretty boring.
A very big thing that I hear is just subverting expectations,
Uh-huh.
and that's kind of a problem that I'm noticing a lot of writers are having. Because like I don't watch Game of Thrones, but I've heard
Yeah.
like subverting expectations is kind of what made that show bad because
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the last 2 episodes. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen. I don't watch that show, but like I saw like the last 2 because my brother and my friend were watching them.
Yeah.
And like there was like this character. I kind of like knew she was supposed to be this main character, and like this character did something really weird.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, is this supposed to happen? Because.
Hang on. Give me a
it
second.
seemed like it should.
It's like even like I've never seen the show, and even I was just wondering, going like,
Question mark?
Yeah, it's basically a problem because since people are like they so often praise it when things don't go the way that they originally think, that people take that like writers like
now
people who
studios
are
are
writers
yeah.
they're taking it as okay, so if we just have something come out of nowhere, they can't expect it. When no, that's not how that works. You
Yeah,
have
like I mean, like if it's good plot device, then yeah, but like if you're just doing it just like it,
to be
if you're doing it, yeah, the fact that because Ryan Johnson's logic was that it's pretty much basically like people expect it to be good, but by making it bad, like it's subverting your expectations. Like I don't know, like that was basically like
when you
logic.
subvert expectations, you should also acknowledge that you're subverting expectations of it being good.
Yeah, and like I just thought the whole Luke, like I don't mind him dying, but like Luke, when what I thought was really stupid about it was that the fact that we thought like Kylo Ren was gonna kill him, and then like apparently like he was like some force projecting a hologram. That was cool up until the point where he fades and dies. Like the whole point of that was to be like, oh hey yeah, he's still alive. Like just pull the like a wink on us, and then he just dies.
So wait, Luke's actually dead?
So it's like, what's the point of it? I don't know. Who knows?
The expectations were already subverted. You just subverted them back.
Pretty much. It's like, what's the point of that? That whole scene.
Okay, I am back.
Welcome back.
I have to go pick up some Dinor in a little bit, but then I can be back. You know what we haven't utilized in forever?
What?
The be right back screen.
Yeah.
We need to go back to
Yep.
the classic days.
I was surprised you didn't put that up when he went to let the cat out.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, when did I let the cat out? How did you hear that? Cause,
The cat attacked.
Cause I muted my microphone as mom walked in, and the cat snuck in behind her, and
oh, yeah, I'm in your closet.
oh hey, there you are. No.
What's up, buddy?
I didn't know there was a TV in there. Like, holy cow, that's cool.
Yeah, man. How you doing?
I always wonder why it got, like, it always gets hot in my room, and now I know it's because of your render farm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's because I'm rendering something. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm
It's
playing Quake, whatnot.
it's totally not because I'm on the west side of the house, and every time the sun sets, it just totally bleaches my room with heat.
I feel bad for you. You don't get weather like that here. I feel bad. Like, God, I am so happy to be not in Vegas.
Right?
And again, I was so mad at my dad for like even considering. I'm thinking going back was a good idea because like.
Oh man.
Because like not only is the minimum wage lower there, but like my mom has a skin problem, and even if like we do find a house there, and it's still the same deal, or like they have to accept us or not, and if they don't accept us, then that dings his credit score, and then we're gonna be stuck there in the heat, in the hot car, and my mom's gonna suffer and probably die.
Yeah.
That's what you're telling me, Dad.
Yeah.
That's what you're telling me you want to do. Whereas if we get stuck here, at least we're in the cool area.
Yeah.
You know?
At least we won't die of heat stroke.
Yeah. Like.
Wait, so are y'all in Washington?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in Washington.
Because I remember the plan was originally to go to like Oregon or something.
Originally, and then we kind of just discovered Washington a bit, and then we
It's
just
prettier
love it
there, I think, in Washington.
It is, and like the weather and like the stores and shops here.
Oh man, yeah, that's nice.
It's great here. We just want to be here.
Yeah. Well, then I hope that turns out better.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a lot better coming, like, being trapped here.
That also is just kind of a case of, like, Washington just being better than California.
Well, Vegas.
better than Vegas.
Yeah.
Vegas is in California, though.
Nevada?
No.
It's Nevada.
Oh, it is? Okay, shit, never mind.
The only reason I know that is because I'm a Fallout fan.
Okay, I'm a dog then. Good job, me. Good job, me.
Yeah, it's like right below Reno.
Los Angeles is California.
Okay, yeah, that I know.
But if you get anywhere near the U.S. Mexican border, every city is going to start with Los. Sorry, it just is.
God damn it.
Lost City. Is this Lost.jpg?
Is this what?
Is this Lost.jpg?
Oh God. Is this Las Vegas? Lost Vegas. I used to think that's what it was called.
Like, so here's a thing to know. Vegas is only good for visiting.
Yeah.
It is terrible
For living there. Yeah. That's kind of like how my hometown is. I remember growing up, and you could walk down the street, and there was hardly any people, and the people who were here were nice. And now that it's just exploded into this oil town, everybody is here from out of state. They don't know anything about Southern hospitality. They can't drive worth crap. They have no manners. It's really messed up.
Yeah, that was the same case in Vegas. Like every day there was like a car being pulled over.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Yeah. It's pretty nuts. That's why I'd like to when my brother and I went to Tennessee, it was such a huge difference. Just the people were nice. Of course, most of the people who were there were like older folks because Tennessee is where you go to retire. Um, but
I thought that was Florida.
well, if you're old and not wise, you go to Florida. If you're old and wiser,
Florida sucks.
you go to anywhere except Florida. Um,
Yeah, 'cause Florida sucks.
the weather is pretty. I mean, man, why hurricanes and crocodiles? Why would you? Or is it alligators? I think it's gators. It's
And
gators.
Also the people in Florida in general, like I heard, they're really just.
There's a reason Florida
Stuck
man
up.
is the thing.
Exactly.
After that's just
And-
because they have laws that make it so that way everything has to be documented, every crime.
Uh huh.
So
Yeah,
whenever
like,
someone does something stupid, you're gonna hear about it.
I looked up
Yeah.
Florida man and put in my birthday. And for my birthday, it was Florida man kills himself because he put a microwave in another microwave and turned them both on.
Yeah,
I didn't. Hold on, I'm gonna do this live on stream. What happens when you put Florida man my birthday?
Hope no Florida people gets to this stream.
Shirtless Florida man rides motorcycle down highway.
That's amazing. I mean, that's normal, isn't it?
I was the same way with. That was really what Vegas was too.
Yeah.
It was like. It was just.
There are some places where you really just it's not good to be there, you know?
Yeah, like.
And it's not
just
good to be here anymore. It not only because
bad for the energy, bad for the soul.
yeah, cuz there's only so much that a person personally can take, you know. So it's not just the culture, but it's also the cost of living, which has gone exponentially up since oil
And I
became
think,
a
like,
thing.
most of it just has to do with the weather, because like when you're like in a heat, like a really hot place, my
Yeah.
theory was that just people are
Always grumpy because
the
it's
term
hot.
hot-headed becomes literal
I think so.
when you're there, because like
Yeah,
people are
The more I think about that, the more I'm inclined to agree.
yeah. And it's
'Cause-
kind of sad because like my mom like told me like she noticed like 'cause there's like not a lot of kids playing outside because they're hiding in the in their cool areas.
Yeah.
because It's just too damn hot.
Yeah.
And then the people who are out there are usually like thugs and whatnot, and people like blasting their music out loud and
Oh yeah.
stuff like that. It's just terrible.
See,
And when I moved to Washington, it's like complete opposite. And that's why
it's totally
again,
different.
Like my dad keeps trying to defend Vegas and whatnot, and it just kind of makes me upset because because I just look at him going like,
Are you
not
serious?
realize- yeah, like my dad. Yeah, my dad always keeps telling us like, oh, you guys are just looking at the negatives and whatnot. Do you realize like the crappy family that we have there? Like the bad memories that we had.
What's the positives though? That's the question. Do
Yeah.
the positives really outweigh the negatives?
Yeah. Plus, like the minimum wage too. Like it would take us probably a year to get us back on our feet.
Oh man. That's one thing. When we were going through our financial troubles, and you know, my dad had to sacrifice his business, which was a big deal for him because that's what he worked his whole life for. And you know, you sacrifice something that big, it kind of affects you on a certain level.
Yeah.
Humbling himself and going to work for someone else. But man, I think we were in we were in a slump for well over 10 years. So not being able to go to the Walmart and get something like a Hot Wheels car for 10 years is kind of sad. I don't have any resentment because all that I have learned financially comes from them, and it's the reason that I work 3 days a week for like 7 hours a day, and I have a few thousand in my savings account.
Yeah.
That's
That's
You know,
good.
that's Well, I say a few, a couple thousand. And that's not
That feels really good.
compared to the other kids who are working 5 days a week. Yeah, I would say so because they're spending it on all kinds of other crap, but I don't spend it. Uh, I don't spend the stuff in my savings account anyway because that's not what I was taught to do, and I've seen what spending does if you do it too much.
Yeah.
Because I lived it for well over half my life, and I don't want to go back. So.
Yeah, that's
Exactly. I
understandable.
know.
It's
My dad is like the
Yeah.
I admittedly kind of have bad spending habits. Like whenever I get money, I feel like I have to spend it. But that's a mix in between just what I've always done because I've always kind of done just odd jobs for my dad.
Uh huh.
And every time that he gives me the money is right around the time when what I was going to use that money for comes out.
Yep.
So that kind of is the case.
Yeah. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
I've,
So like trying to learn how to actually like keep my money
right.
is important.
So, I think the first thing that I did was you have a checking account, and then you have a savings account, and whatever you put in your savings account, you don't touch unless it's an emergency. And leisure things don't count as emergencies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
If y'all have ever heard of Dave Ramsey, he's the guy to go to because that's where we learned all our stuff, and it's working. So.
All right, but because like
what I've been planning to do is just like make sure like I stay in the hundreds. No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Like when I get a job,
Yeah.
make sure like my
only
my
spend your
balance,
20s.
pretty
Only
much.
spend your 20s.
I hardly
so you
ever
get-
keep cash
That's like
anymore.
pretty much what I did. Like, in fact, I actually like my goal. Like whenever I'm at a store, my goal is to like make sure it's under $10.
Right.
Because like there's a lot of things I can. There's like a lot of deals, like a lot of sales
Uh-huh.
on the KFC I go to, which is really great. And yeah, I just kind of keep it at that. My dad, like on the other hand, he would say like he needs to take a walk. But get this,
How much does that walk cost?
he drives to the mall just to walk around the mall. Around the mall.
Okay.
and not window shop.
Yeah. He drives to walk.
Because
That's bullshit.
that makes sense.
Thanks. So, yeah. Like, and then and we asked him, we're like, why the hell do you do that? And he's like, because it's too cold. Oh, so it's not cold in the mall, at the mall? But it's not cold when you go in the car, but it's...
Yeah. Logic.
My dad, yeah. Just, I swear, like, that's why I'm really... I think I'm gonna see if I can get a job soon.
Yeah.
Because I feel like as long as we're stuck with my dad, I don't think we're gonna go anywhere.
That's fair. That's kind of the situation with my family because I feel like I'm not gonna get anywhere with them because I kind of need a push. Yeah, my mom, but also kind of my dad, who is like just a master procrastinator, and surprisingly like a mixture between like considerate and not considerate. Because like he said he wants my help in like the mornings and stuff, but he never wakes me up, which I'm totally fine with him doing. He just never wakes me up because he always feels bad about it, and I'm like, no, it doesn't matter, just do it.
Yeah.
Just wake me up.
I'm gonna Shia LaBeouf the crap out of this. Just do it.
It's kind of, it's just,
Yeah.
it's that reason why I kind of have a plan to essentially move out with my sister.
Yeah.
Hopefully sometime, not, but maybe this year. Because like right now, basically, I have a quote-unquote job mowing my neighbor's lawn
Uh-huh.
and our lawn, which essentially kind of makes me $50 a week.
Yeah.
So if I just keep
Nice.
doing that all summer,
Careful, you don't want to
essentially
disclose that publicly. You might have to start paying taxes on it.
Oh no!
God damn it.
I don't even know how to do taxes. I'm sorry. Don't kill me, government.
No, yeah, you don't have to figure out how to do it. They just make you pay it.
Yeah, they send you an envelope and they're like, "Here, pay this." go online or do this or whatever. It's it's
Or they
hardly.
just make you pay on the spot usually.
It's a
Yeah.
parent. Okay, okay. Then I guess it's a lot better than normal.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah,
I
just,
hear
it
all
depends
these
where you
terrible
live in.
stuff. Okay.
All the horror stories
like
that you hear
percentage.
are from people who don't know how to save money and actually pay their bills. Like that's basically it.
Okay.
Because otherwise,
Or people.
So-
then
so-
again, you never. But then again, you never know. Maybe it's from people that are stuck with family members like on freaking dead.
I mean, yeah, that too. I'm not blaming it all on stupidity. I'm just saying the horror stories come from when you just can't pay it. You know.
Okay. Because the weird thing is I always hear the horror stories from people who just can't figure out how to actually do them.
Well,
So
eventually they're gonna have to get over that
Yeah.
IQ gap and just do it. So, because
Do it.
yeah,
It'll help you for your life.
they send you an envelope and then they tell you where to go to pay the money, and if you have your accounts and stuff set up, it's not that big a deal. So
Yeah, I'm so
That's
happy that I now know how to use a credit card because for the
Yeah.
longest time, I've just been like I just had no idea how the credit card works, but I just know that it's like useful.
uh-huh,
It's so oh man, it's convenient. I just love it.
it is convenient.
I
But-
just and I love the fact that I know it too. Like
Yeah.
I know how it works.
But debit is better because it's actually like having cash in your hand every time you.
Yeah, debit card. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
being fair, debit and credit cards are basically the same
No,
thing. It's
they're not.
just,
Credit
well,
cards.
they are in terms of actually being a card with where you spend money.
Well, yeah, but
It's
that's
just
where the
difference.
similarities end. Because
Yeah.
credit cards, you're basically borrowing money every time you use it, and
Yeah,
then
and then
they'll
you
look
pay
at your
it back
account and then
later.
take it out later. Yeah.
That's what a debit. That's the difference between debit card and a
Yeah.
credit card. But as someone who very rarely does any like paying online or stuff,
Yeah.
it's essentially the same thing to me.
Yeah. That's a lot of work. Holy cow.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, it's one thing that I'm
I-
not looking forward to when I move out on my own, because I'll have to start
Being an adult.
paying rent, and depending on
yeah.
who I'm renting with, it's
Oh yeah.
I'll
True.
probably have to pay utilities and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
there's like another reason I want to move to Tennessee is because the cost of living is so much lower. You pay a little bit more up front, but they don't gouge you out with taxes every month. So you end up paying about, I don't know, 15-20% of what it is over here in Texas.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. It's
This is like, please, just be a good roommate. Something
Yeah.
like that.
I plan on moving out on my own, cuz
Me too.
I don't like the idea of sharing my stuff. It's my stuff.
This is my stuff and I need it now.
Yeah.
And like, if
And
it's someone like I know, like I'm friends with, I'm fine
Right.
with it, yeah, sure. But like, like the privacy is just
Exactly.
the idea of waking up in your own apartment, just
And
doing your mornings,
The thing
doing
is,
things at your own pace.
if I'm working at the airline and I have that 3-day weekend, and I'm home and I can do my chores on Friday or Saturday or whatever, and then the next couple of days just like chill and do art stuff and play games. Really, if I play my cards right, nothing about my schedule should have to change, except that I have a few more responsibilities, like actually paying rent and paying my own
Yeah.
phone service bill and paying for my own insurance and paying for the property
All that
taxes or whatever.
You also got to think about like, there's also like you also got to think about the pros
Yep.
when having a roommate, because now you don't because now you also don't have to deal with it alone.
Right.
Like with rent stuff, as far as that goes. You guys.
Yeah.
Kinda
I wouldn't
do
have
this
to worry
together,
about that. I'd be making enough in one day to pay for 1 month's rent. So, if I do my math right, and I think I have, because I think about this like 6 times every day. So,
Yeah.
because it's coming up as I get closer to graduating, it's gonna happen. So, be
You know,
nice.
like, just, and also just make sure that if you ever do like with a roommate or something like that, just
Yeah.
a partner, and I just make sure like it's just someone with that has common sense.
Right.
Because I just like look at my mom and dad, and like my mom's a great person, but like I just I really wish that like like I knew about this sooner as a kid, because like, I know why they didn't like split each other apart. It's because they had to take care of me, and that's sort of the part like I know I shouldn't feel the burden of, but like I do anyways, because I just like really wish that I told my mom, going like, you know what,
If you had to split apart, then you can.
do it.
Do it.
Like
Do it!
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I hate him too. I hate his guts.
Yeah.
Like and then like she would kind of like use the idea of going like, well, he's your father. What? I don't care. He's
Yeah.
not acting like one.
That's
He's
there's a threshold there.
yeah. It's like it doesn't matter. He's costing us our lives.
Yeah.
He's freaking denting us. Let's just
Kind of situation with me too. Just instead of raising people, it's just my mom wants to sit in a chair and make us slowly watch her die.
Huh.
Which is nice because she spends $100 in cigarettes in spite of having previously had lung cancer.
Oh.
goddamn.
Why does
Yeah.
this suddenly
My
sound
dad
like an
does the same
episode of
thing.
BoJack
We're,
Horseman?
Like
Wait,
he
your dad
spends
has
so
lung
much on
cancer?
candy.
Oh,
He doesn't have cancer, but like there was recently, I don't know if you remember, but like he was in the hospital that one time.
Yeah.
I made a
think I
post.
remember
Yeah,
that.
I made a post about that.
oh yeah, how
And-
do you?
Yeah. And like he was, it's mainly because like he's been like always like buying candies and one other things that like get him to the hospital and whatnot. And then even still to this day, where he almost died, he's still so much of a stuck up that yeah, he's still gonna like cost us money by like him going to the hospital. And also the fact that he posts stuff like on Facebook, it's kind of like his own like it's his own opinion on things, like how tech works and whatnot. The thing is, it's like one of the old ways, and it's like not something you want to say out there
Yeah.
when you're trying to put yourself out there to get a job.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. So like my mom would tell him about that, and he's like, well, I'm not gonna like compromise my ideal and whatnot. And then we basically just look at him and ask him, going like, so is your pride much more important than the health of your family?
Yeah.
That's what you're basically telling us. So,
Yeah.
Is this the hill that you're choosing to die on? Then is
Yeah.
essentially what it is.
and what I feel like you basically just, it's like, dude, you're basically just spending the rest of your old days being an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
don't
one's
do
gonna
that.
remember you.
No,
Maybe-
we'll remember you just as an asshole.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like no one's gonna.
We're
give
gonna
a shit
put.
about you.
We're gonna put. Feel free to put bird shit on your grave. On your grave.
And I know that for a fact, because like I'm his son.
Yeah.
He almost died. I already almost accepted that he died. I'm like, all right, just don't learn from him. Like I was already accepting. I was already waiting for the message, saying like, "Hey, Dad's dead." I'm like, all right, gotta move on. Gotta help my mom.
Yeah.
Gotta
New
go up
life.
to-
Dare you say you
it.
were even looking forwards to it?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to be that mean. You actually don't.
I won't. I've never. I try my best to not take pleasure whenever someone dies, but like
Right.
this man, like he was just ruining.
Well,
He
and
was ruining my
that's a
mom's
difficult
life.
thing because when you have a character so flawed that it's, dragging everyone else down, it comes to a point where they're a liability,
Mhm.
And I'm not even thinking about this from a cold, calculating, statistical point of view, like, oh, it's for the greater good or whatever. It's just when you're such a parasite that you can't even,
Yeah. Like
you can't even stand for true integrity or anything like that. You know,
Yeah.
what's the
You have to
point?
stand for your
Why are
fake
you here?
integrity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, it's like
that kind of character is really just
Annoying.
dishonorable.
the world is going to tear you to hell.
Well,
Like,
he is the world,
or
so you know.
yeah, or
This is a nice depressing topic.
But it's-
like, it's nice to have something genuine once in a while.
Yeah.
Are we on a stream?
Are we on a stream? Yeah, people watch through all this, they're like, damn, dude, I'm 14 and this is deep.
Dude, a 13-year-old.
And she's
Heavy
pretty.
stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe people can appreciate that we can talk about these things and then, 2 seconds later just start laughing about it. Because,
No,
Yeah,
it's kind of like,
you know,
oh, hey, they're
that's-
human beings. They
exactly.
have shitty lives like I do. Okay, that's
Good, I'm not alone.
Yeah, we're relatable. That means we're hip with the kids, as they say.
pretty much.
Anybody else getting weirded out by this dude's Adam's apple here? I mean,
I'm still looking at the well for his leg. It just looks like his leg.
it does look like his leg.
It does look like his leg. Yeah, it's like Zombie.
Alright, let's see. Do I have that food list? Where did Mom put it? Where's the list?
It's over there.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Basic point is, I'm just gonna get all the monies, take care of myself, take care of my mom,
Yeah.
get her the frick away from my.
Run away
I consider
from your
it
pets.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, but just apply everywhere. See who will
Pick
hire
up.
you for
Mhm.
more than, $10 or $11 an
Disassociate
hour.
yourself from Facebook because
Oh yeah,
Facebook is
Yeah.
kind of a cancer.
it is.
Luckily, I haven't touched Facebook in a while, so I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah.
If I ever get on Facebook, shoot. Like,
I mean,
everyone has the legal right to murder me if I ever get on Facebook.
I mean, he said it, so. And hopefully you
Well,
live in
yeah,
a
yeah,
single party consent state, so.
It's going on a trial, but he allowed it.
He wanted this, right?
he told me.
That's just what a murderer would say. Now I have questions about the kind of hardware I'd be using. It's like, what kind of long-range sniper rifle would have that kind of reach? Congratulations, I've just ruined any chances of getting monetized on YouTube. Not that that was a goal of mine to begin with, but
It's a semi-goal of mine, but it doesn't matter.
yeah.
If I'm ever gonna get any kind of income from like making videos, it's probably just through Patreon because
Yeah.
I really can't trust YouTube's copyright system
No.
Yeah.
to like not be all like, hey.
All of copyright law right now is so screwed. It's ridiculous.
Thanks, Disney.
Yeah. God damn it, Disney.
Get them at Disney.
Like, so yeah, like I'm just basically just supporting me through Patreon. It's like I don't know who the hell's gonna sue me for just
Yeah.
breathing.
Sega's usually pretty cool about it, but yeah, you gotta be careful with Disney because they're a dictatorship over there. So
Yeah.
God, yeah.
I mean, they gotta protect their IPs and stuff.
And to protect their mouse.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
we need to keep the monies.
I mean, Disney is up there on one of the Disney and any news outlet or media outlet like ABC or Sony or something is just gonna go crazy with that copyright because they're just so greedy.
Like they've been doing some shade stuff for a while, but like after that whole, after Last Jedi, I just kind of
Yeah.
lost respect for them.
Yeah.
The only thing out of Disney that I can really respect is Marvel, and that's
Yeah,
not
just
really Disney being fair.
Yeah. like the Marvel stuff is good.
Yeah.
You know, like I was mostly the people at Marvel. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, Marvel's doing really well.
It's also it's also kind of a situation where it kind of is also just the Marvel movies, because like if you hear anything about the comics, you're not doing all that great.
Comics.
I mean, can you even fathom the amount of money that they're rolling in right now?
Yeah.
After all these years, and
I'm
they've just.
pretty sure that's what's keeping the comic industry going, is like
Oh yeah.
the money that they got from
For
movies.
sure.
Yeah.
Because it's sadly the comic industry is kind of dying.
Oh yeah.
And like, there are some fixes that I've seen people propose, and I think that they would mostly work.
You
for
know,
the most part.
get kids
And it
to
kinda
learn how to
makes me-
read again. How about that? I mean, that would work.
Yeah.
If kids would just.
And it kind of makes me mad at Disney as well, because like I think Netflix kicked out the shows because you know they're starting to not
Not
really
only
like
that-
what Disney. Yeah.
They're not only no, they're probably kicking them out because Disney's gonna want to put them on their service, which is also dumb because they apparently now fully own Hulu.
Wait, really?
So they don't.
Wait,
yeah,
really?
yeah. Apparently they bought out Hulu. So
Huh.
you guys don't need to make Disney Plus. Just put it on Hulu.
Yeah.
Yeah. I swear, the only reason if I'm ever gonna get Disney Plus is just because of Clone Wars.
Yeah.
That's really it. If I find Clone Wars on any other source, maybe I'll probably look it up on there.
Yeah. For sure.
I just need to watch that season 7.
I still need to watch season 6. I haven't like watched anything past what's his name? What was his name? I haven't watched anything past the one episode where Asajj Ventress, or whatever her name is,
Oh.
and Obi-Wan team up to fight the Darth Maul guys.
Oh, okay, yeah, you got the names right.
Okay.
Yeah, you're pretty far. You're
I know I'm in like basically season 5. I'm not sure if I'm finished season 5, but I know I'm basically there. So I just kind of need to sit down and watch.
It gets really good. It's really you don't have much left, but that's basically.
It also is a case of I'm watching it with a friend who does not want to watch things very often.
Oh.
So there you go. And every time we go back to watch it, we start from the beginning. because-
Oh.
Oh, and it really sucks because it's Netflix. Clone Wars, it finally got off Netflix.
Oh, it's off Netflix now?
Yeah,
Oof.
and I'm really sad about that.
Oh no.
So I always wanted to go back once in a while to watch it.
Well, worst case scenario, we'll just pirate it. We've done
I
that
mean,
before.
yeah, you could just go onto torrents and download it from there, from some Chinese source or whatever.
Or maybe Disney Plus.
Minecraft Story Mode is on Netflix.
What?
I'm looking up Clone Wars because I want to see for myself.
Yeah, I was shocked about that too. When I first
Hello,
saw it,
Minecraft Story Mode.
I was like, well, I guess I don't have to buy the game anymore.
Mojang has gone too far. The Minecraft movie. Hey,
What?
is anybody else super depressed that the Dora the Explorer movie looks so much better than the Sonic movie?
It does.
Mm.
It sadly does.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would actually watch that.
Yeah.
Oh look, Dora brought a knife.
That freaking Dora movie, I can't believe the freaking Jango Fett actor is in it. Well, once you get freaking Tamora Morse in there,
Yeah, how?
it's already an edgy movie.
Yeah. Dude,
That's
this.
already a deep-ass movie.
I mean, it's like Dora the Explorer fanfiction because they're in high school.
Like, I'm just hearing, like, freaking Jango Fett's voice just saying, like, hello, Dora.
Uh huh.
Holy shit.
Holy shit!
This is... Damn.
It's gonna be a good movie maybe for all the wrong reasons.
For all the wrong reasons.
For all
You're
reasons.
gonna enjoy it. That's for
That's
certain.
probably...
Yeah.
The movie was probably made for all the wrong reasons.
Probably so.
In the right way.
What is this? Okay, I know there's a Captain Underpants team like Netflix series, but like there's like an evil there's like an evil Captain Underpants who looks like he's just entirely encased in like a full body suit.
Whoa.
Kinky.
Yeah.
So there you go. This has been the Adventures of Netflix and Chill.
The Adventures of Netflix and Chill. Oh, I had a great idea for a new business. It's a premium car parking business. It's basically where you have valets and they go and find a spot for some luxury cars, and then the people who own the cars can go off and do their own thing. It's basically just, valets. And it's going to be family owned, and there's going to be 2 sons who own it. The dude's name is Parkin, and so the business would be named Parkin and Sons Parking. So it's Parkin Sons Parking. I had that idea on the way home because there's a parking thing at the airport, and I thought about Parkinson's disease, and then it sounded like parking and sons, and I thought, wow, that's a great idea.
Very controversial.
Everybody would love to go to a place called Parkin and Sons.
It's a happy community.
It is a happy community. They just don't know it.
They don't know if they're happy or not.
They can't remember. Well, Parkinson's is different than different from dementia. I don't know exactly what Parkinson's is. I just know that it's
A different dimension.
yeah. Different dementia. What? Time is it? 5:42. Ah, we can survive for another.
Wait, what? Oh, wait.
It's 5:42 over here.
Your place, yeah.
Yeah. It's 3:42 where you're at.
Mhm.
I think, if I've done my math correctly. What's 5 minus 2? That's 3, right?
Yeah.
Congratulations, I passed kindergarten.
You're farther along than my dad.
Hey, that's not nice.
It's the truth.
Damn. Truth hurts.
Yeah.
Truth also feels good for my ego.
Truth isn't nice.
Okay, I'm counting on you guys to make this stream interesting while I am away.
Okay.
It'll probably be like 30 minutes or something stupid, so.
Okay.
But I will be back.
Little.
Little.
30 minutes.
Okay, I'm glad I didn't leave.
Okay.
Guys, it's like, god damn it.
There we
Yep.
go.
Okay, now I can leave in peace. I can double boost to victory.
Like, this makes me feel a lot better.
Is this a
Now we-
podcast now?
Yes.
I think we're a podcast now.
That's
Pretty
good.
much. Renting a battery.
Podcasts are neat.
They are pretty
There
neat.
ain't no daddy issues. Wow, daddy.
Oh my god.
That should be the title.
That should be the title. Holy shit, we just made a podcast, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah! Welcome to the Daddy Issues podcast.
Oh,
The daddy issues podcast.
Oh god.
Perfect.
That's really demeaning.
Oh boy.
Alright, I have to go pick up the barbecue, so
You better be too
Okay.
sauce.
I shall be
Yeah,
back.
Eat
So I'm
barbecue.
sitting there,
Yeah.
barbecue sauce on my titties.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's one of my favorite lines.
As you do normally. I mean, how else do you eat barbecue? Barbecue takes a lot of neck dexterity to eat. You must be very flexible in your facial
Okay.
region and also how your head moves.
There you go.
Yep, I'll leave now. Bye.
Goodbye, world.
Bye.
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 Alright, now what do we do?
I'm counting on you to make it interesting. Please don't let me down.
Okay, so now we're gonna talk about
Let's talk about.
something.
Let's talk about things.
Yes. So how about that sky? It's pretty blue.
Oh yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty.
Actually, one thing that actually happened is earlier. I don't know if it was this week or the week before, but you know Troy on DeviantArt. They do Tales and Cosmo art all the time. They're the one that speaks Russian.
Oh, I think I.
Here, hold on. I'll see if I can I'll see if I can find some fan art. I probably have it in my favorites somewhere. I just go into my favorites. Okay. They basically did this and all the other stuff. Oh, then. Boom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite pieces. But
I love this one.
yeah, this is one of my favorites. But they actually commented on One Up.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
cool.
And they said that they wanted to do one, like maybe do a shot or two from the story. And I gave them my
that's
blessing.
cool.
You can totally do that. I don't know if they'll actually do that. I'm not going to hold them to it because like that'd be kind of a dickish thing to do. But that's really cool.
That was really cool. Someone actually did a written version of one of my videos.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, the Hello Tales one. Oh man, it was so cool to read it.
That sounds really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find it. It's like I don't know where I can find it.
And then we'll read it live on stream.
Yeah. I want to see.
Whoa! I'm also trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for. Look through my scripts real quick, because why not? I'll give you all an insight to my ultimate plans.
Yay.
The basic,
leak plot.
yes, my lead plot. The first thing that I think the longest script that I have on here is "Why Did You Fall in Love with Me," and that's the one where I need one, maybe two scenes to kind of imply that, because the big thing about that is Cosmo is having, like, she's a little confused as to why Tails decided to fall in love with her as opposed to someone else, and so I like not in a sort of like derogatory self-conscious way, just why it was her as opposed to like say Amy or Cream. Or Styx, you know. And for that I need to figure out like the best possible way. If I had a Zoe model, that'd be fantastic because that would be another nice little like callback. And there's a part of me.
That's interesting.
There's a part of me that's kind of worried that some fans will take this as sort of like this is why Tails
love triangle
doesn't work. This is why Taserine won't work, or Tazix or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want them to take it that way. If they're gonna take this video in any sense, I would like them to take it away in that this is why I think Tails and Cosmo work. Because this is kind of ultimate. This is kind of that big thing. Is I think these characters work really well together in that sense.
So in a way, it's kind of like it's almost like you're. That's kind of cool because it's kind of like you're in a way like it's like subtly bringing out the message like why you think.
Well, I don't really think it's super subtle because they're literally talking about it. But yeah.
I mean,
it's a story. Like the biggest flaw I think is that it's just not subtle at all, and that's okay. I can save subtlety for later stories.
Yeah.
After that, I have Nightmares, which is the one where Tails has the nightmare, which I'm pretty okay with. I don't really think I need to rewrite it too much. I might not, but that's relatively finished. Same thing with Monster, which is the one with the werehog. I don't know if I've actually sent you guys that one, but that one is the thing.
Yeah, I don't remember hearing about werehog.
Okay, and then after that, okay, I have this one that's titled Confession, but it kind of just segued into sort of do you remember the one joke where did it hurt when you fell out of the vending machine because you were looking like a snack?
Yeah.
Basically, I basically am making one for that. Only
awesome.
it was originally going to be Knuckles, and then when I posted that and Aviator said Vector, I'm like, shoot, Vector would be so much better. I'm gonna use him.
You
So,
should.
so now I'm basically rewriting that.
Oh,
After
boy.
that one, I have another one titled Bumblebee, which is basically about spring being on the horizon, which it kind of is already past, so that's already kind of dated. But it'll be dated. It won't be dated in a year when we have another spring.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, it's
that,
coming really soon.
that one is essentially Charmy has gone stir crazy because it's spring and he has to get out and pollinate everywhere, and it, the Chaotix treat it like it's their sworn duty because he is like a menace if he gets out into the world.
Oh,
So
so they just like take it super seriously, like.
They basically like put him in like a doghouse that is like super chained up and everything. And the original story actually has Mighty and Ray in it because
Okay.
I kind of was expecting someone to make models for them because of Mania Plus, and it's kind of been a year and like nothing's come out, so that's nice.
Hmm.
But I'm gonna have to try. I guess I'm gonna have to rewrite that and maybe have it be Knuckles instead.
Hmm.
But that one will
I
be.
don't know how you feel. Like the modelers workshop has been slacking a bit.
Yeah.
Like I was waiting for like, the Anakin model or the Obi-Wan model from Battlefront 2. I could use those.
Yeah.
That never happened. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, goddamn.
Meanwhile, in terms of like the Sonic thing, I think
Sonic is always lacking.
Well, it's weird how he's lacking because he has like all the game characters already on there because of like generations and stuff.
Oh yeah, game characters, but like game characters, yeah, they're there, but like, I just wish like more of the art. That's why I really appreciate J.C. Thornton's like work, because like he or
Yeah,
she,
he's they, him, it,
they
person, man. Oh, I'm sorry, J.C. Thornton.
Yeah. Like they're making like really cool models, and I just really like it.
Yeah, I can definitely see, but I feel like a problem is that they are oddly enough sticking too much to a 2D like a 2D style of model.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of weird. But for what's there, it's good because like I'm seeing there's Sonya, there's Lupe, characters who don't really have models have models now, and they might maybe work for like past versions of the characters too. So that could be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm actually planning to use with this little short film I'm planning to make called Miles. And yeah, I'm just really excited because basically I'm just gonna make it to where like since it's like really early, it's a really probably the earliest time of Tails' life. It's gonna be like
when he was like a 3-year-old.
Yeah, pretty much. It's gonna be like a lot of classic characters.
All the classic characters.
Mm-hmm. And then it just shows like how it transitions to the modern stuff like X, Archie, stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to start actually thinking through like how my world is essentially kind of set up because like I'm kind of vague, where I don't really. I'm like not sure how exactly I want to go about it with the world because like I don't want it to be too Satiam-esque, but I also don't want it to be just excluded to like the game characters.
Yeah, that's how I am with my world too. Like I used to be, that's where I used to be. That's why I kind of just made it to where like it's kind of like a mix of things,
Yeah.
And then even if you want to go really logical, I could just say like, something happened in this dimension where all those worlds just came together, and then bam, you got my.
I mean, technically speaking, you actually have a very good like explanation for that if you just say it happened after the Super Genesis wave, because that didn't collapse the main universe. That collapsed all of the universes for Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
Everything except for, I'm assuming, the games universe, which is like either not there at all or just completely unaffected.
Yeah.
Like I even go as far as to say that like Sonic Boom probably came from the Super Genesis wave in a sense.
Yeah. pretty much. Like, and
Oh,
also, also,
Okay,
also
never sorry, you go on.
oh, I was just saying, like, also like part of it had to do with the fact that this was actually like part of an even bigger story that I was already making, and it's not even it's not really like necessarily Sonic related either, because like it's just kind of like it's a universe where it's really subtly a crossover. It's just
Okay,
connected to different timelines and whatnot. So like
okay. That's
it's kind of like a crossover, but like it's not like but in different timelines in a way. So like, it's
Okay.
kind of like a unique way of.
It's a subtle crossover.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But one thing, like I was about to say Sonic Boom, because I actually thought of this earlier this week as I was mowing the lawn, is I think the biggest like missed opportunity I think that Sonic Boom, the game specifically, had was Lyric as an antagonist, because I just need to remember that his ultimate plan was just basically unleash the Sentinels and destroy all like organic life. But his reasoning for hating organic life was actually kind of understandable, because he essentially got super cancer from like studying the not chaos emeralds, and he was basically forced to put himself into that mechanical thing. And I think that if they decided to take the approach of him, instead of doing that but roboticizing people, they could have turned him into like a Thanos-esque character where he firmly believes what he's doing is for the right of everything, and just turning everything into a mechanical world where everything's the same, which is also kind of what Uncle Chuck ultimately was going to do with the roboticizer. We would have it as a villain, and it would actually be like a valid reason.
Yeah, definitely.
So like Lyric is a character I think that could have been a really, really cool and interesting character, and then they just didn't do that.
Yeah, I was about to say like, but this is the Sonic Boom universe.
Yeah,
Everything is bland. I feel like just that. I feel like that's like a universe where plots just go dull. I've never found anything interesting other than just Zoe and the new characters.
I'll be honest here. I think that a big aspect of it is, at least how I was going to interpret the world, was essentially the game. There would be continuous games, like not every year, but like once every so often, that would ultimately show off interesting aspects of the world, and then you just kind of have the show be its own separate thing that's ultimately just kind of a jokey plotline situation for you to kind of get better attached to the characters. It's not really anything super big or huge, but it's relatively okay on its own, and just it makes you love the characters more, because like Boom is a fantastically written show in terms of a script. But it would have been the games that would have done more plotline related things, and I think that ultimately would have been for the best, because you could save your big time adventures for like the once every 2 years game, and then just have fun until then. That would have been really cool, and it's a shame that it didn't go that way.
That does sound like a good concept.
Yes.
Like that would have been pretty good. If it was executed right, then yeah, that probably would have worked.
Yeah, because like
it wasn't.
A big problem that I have had with the game's like colors and generations is that they don't take themselves seriously enough to the point where I care, and that works for
stories do that. Like,
part of the reason why that works for the show and not for like the games is because you're able to get more episodes of a show than you are a game, which is always kind of a once a year sort of thing. And even then, it's not even once a year anymore, because like they have had to slow down individual games. Like 2016 had like no games for it. 2017 the same way, or no, 2018 the same way. And this year, our only game was a racing game, so they've had to slow down on that. So it really just kind of makes the itch for a Sonic game that satisfies what I want all the more big.
Because I think there's been like some reviewers of like of certain games and movies and whatnot, and they made a good point when you're making like something that was like a product that seemingly was for kids and whatnot, you want to make sure that you're not making a product and just don't underestimate like how kids see things.
Yeah.
Because if you make this movie as if like assuming that the kid is like like this dumb doesn't really get these complex things, you're gonna make a bad product regardless.
Yeah.
It's just like don't
Kid-
treat your audience
Yeah.
dumb. Like it's just
I don't really think the situation is that they're treating the audience dumb so much as they're just not doing what kind of made what they kind of were doing in the earlier 2000s, which a lot of people have criticized, and to a degree, rightfully so. But it's still just one of those things where it's like, you can still do it. You can still like just do it good this time.
Yeah, it's like just make it good, like we love. Yeah. Yeah, like just like just know that like you are aiming for
A child audience.
yeah, but like
it's just you just got to make it good.
Yeah, because you got to realize like this IP. I think like people like when it comes to old IP, people got to realize that
Yeah.
like, the people that enjoy this content are gonna be the older generation. So you kind of like make it just make it for an everyone thing,
Yeah.
like what
you can
Detective Pikachu did.
Yeah.
Like that movie did not treat you like you were dumb at all.
No,
you were-
it didn't treat you like you were dumb. You could probably guess what was coming, but it didn't treat you like you were dumb. It was a good movie.
Yeah, it was good. It knew what it was doing.
Yeah.
It knew what it was doing. Yeah.
It's a fantastic movie, and we need more movies like it. I want a
Yes.
Pokemon cinematic universe, guys. Just make it.
Yes. They need to do that.
Just honestly, like, there's a lot they could do. Like, I know the creators were kind of talking about what they would like to do next, and while there's probably going to be a point where it's like you can't exactly have them choose what to do next, you have to tell them what to do next. But one thing they actually said was they wanted to kind of make a movie that's in the same vein of A Star Is Born, but with Jigglypuff, and that's a really cool idea. But at the same point in time, that essentially is the idea of we're gonna make a movie with this Pokemon with this type of premise, and that just kind of makes me want a lot more like that.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's probably what they're planning to do. That's probably what they're trying to.
that honestly would work out really well, because like it not even just like sticking to like Gen 1 Pokemon. If they actually decided to go beyond that, Gen 5 is ripe with Pokemon that they could do things for. Like there is actually like an alien Pokemon, LGM and BGM. So maybe having like an extraterrestrial story would be really cool. And this is also just a personal one of mine, is Golurk. You know the Pokemon Golurk, right?
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not.
Okay.
Like
He was.
I
Okay,
know I talk about Pokemon, but like I'm not too like.
understand. He was in the movie. Here, I'm gonna see if I can find him.
Like, I plan to be more invested into it. I'm just like not right now.
Yeah. Okay. Understandable. But I'm like, Golurk was actually in the movie. Here is a picture of him, as well as Growlithe. That's Golurk.
Oh. The one in the background? Or...
Yeah, the one in the background, the big robot guy.
That's cool.
Yeah, like, he's one of my favorites because the game that he's from is one of the few games that has a lot of lore in it around, like, its legendary Pokemon. And Reshiram and Zekrom are their names. It depends on the version which one is in the tower. But the types that he is are super effective against both of the types of the legendary Pokemon, who were sealed away for various reasons. And because you can only find him in that area, people kind of assume that the reason why that Golurk are there is to make sure that the Pokemon don't get out, because these were actually man-made Pokemon from an ancient civilization.
Oh.
And it doesn't end there, because like Black and White were the only games to get sequels, Black and White 2, and you not only find, like, Golurk in Black and White 1 you could only find in the tower where the the legendary Pokemon resided, but in Black and White 2 you also find them on Victory Road, and spoiler warning for Black and White, but what happened in that game was the main bad guy basically took the legendary dragon and went to the Elite Four and basically defeated them all with it to essentially instate his rule.
Oh wow.
So that basically is kind of like making the light implication that Golurk migrated over to the Victory Road, the new Victory Road that they established, to make sure that no one tried to do that again. And like the idea of like this ancient golem, like a story of like this ancient golem whose ultimate goal is to protect people and just from like complete threatening disasters is a really cool and original idea, and I'd love to see a movie semi-based off of it. That would probably be a much more artistic movie because I can't really imagine too many human characters for that, but it would honestly be really cool to just like see this robot kind of. It'd be like an ancient robot movie, you know?
Yeah,
cool.
honestly, if this cinematic universe, launches, I think that could happen. I honestly think that could happen.
Like, yeah, and it's great because like while Gen 1 is kind of the most Pokemon in the movie, there are a lot of other generations too.
Yeah.
Like the main
That's,
two
like,
I can
one
think
thing-
of are Gen 4 or Gens 5 and 6.
That's like one of the things I really appreciate about Detective Pikachu was that like I'm not even I don't even consider myself a Pokemon fan, like not yet at least.
Yeah.
like I'm kind of invested now. like I kind of want to go into it.
Yeah.
But even just like looking at this now, like I'm just like and I also hear this stuff from my brother because he's a Pokemon fan, and he like just told me that like this movie referenced a lot of stuff like you wouldn't expect a live action movie would, like. Because, like, considering, like, this is the first time that they're doing live-action Pokemon movie, and they did, like, this, like, what I really appreciate about it was that it took so many risks.
Yeah.
You know, like, just things that you would not expect in, like, the first live-action Pokemon movie, let alone, like, the fact that it's Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
You know? It's just, like, this random part of the game series, you know, it's just...
It's honestly, I think a good idea that they started with a movie like Detective Pikachu as opposed to something like the Pokemon, like an actual Pokemon journey, because this is kind of
definitely.
It's kind of a problem, I think, that
it's a good introduction for this kind of.
It's not only a good introduction, but I think that adapting a straight up like normal game would probably prove to be a little bit more problematic because of how long the games kind of are, and how, because we kind of already
might as well make a series.
yeah, that's the problem, is you might as
that's
well
like
make
the case
series.
that's the case with Legend of Zelda too, because like one of the main reasons of adapting like a Zelda game is to you might as well make a series.
I think the only one that you could really make into a movie is Wind Waker, and even then you'd still be cutting out a lot.
Yeah. Or just make a movie that has its own universe. Like
a completely original movie.
Yeah, that's what they should do.
That'd be cool.
That would be really cool. Yeah, like speaking of Zelda, like I said, I really tried not playing Breath of the Wild, and to just try to go on the other games I haven't tried out yet. But I just
You're going back.
I'm going back. Like I'm doing my second playthrough right now in the normal quest right now, in the normal mode. Like because I tried Master Quest. I'm gonna be honest. It's just
it's too hard for you.
No, it's not really the fact that it's hard. It's just more frustrating and annoying. Like it's not as it doesn't make it enjoyable.
It's not hard. It's frustrating hard.
Yeah, it's just like it's not. There's some things that kind of ruin the experience you had in the main mode.
Yeah.
Like like when you're trying to when you're just striding through or whatnot. Because I think what really kills it for me is the fact that the monsters heal, and I get it. You know, you're healing too when you eat food and whatnot, but oh man, it just
Wait, do they heal like automatically, or do they heal like if they eat or whatever?
automatically.
Okay, no, that's kind of bullshit. If
Yeah.
if
Even
they
the
could
bosses.
actually, if you could like sit, if like the enemies could sit down and eat to heal, then I could understand and that'd be okay-ish, because that actually would make it feel a lot more alive.
They even go back to their first phase when you don't attack them fast enough.
Yeah, that's dumb. That sounds
and like
bad.
basically everything you did, the weapons you wasted, the stamina, like the hearts you lost, was all for nothing. Sometimes they'll heal. Yeah, sometimes like they'll even heal all the way up. Like in the Trial of the Sword, I was trying to fight this Lizal. I'm trying to pronounce this. Lizalfos, yeah. I was trying to attack one, and I had it like almost like where he almost died. But then like I was like running out of weapons to fight him with, and I was trying to like find something to attack him with, but like I just couldn't like aim or something like that. But then like he was healing so fast, like it was basically all the way back at max level, and I was done. Like
Like
I had to start over.
nope, I'm gonna go for normal. You can't make me do
Yeah.
this. I get this kind of
Yeah.
stress with I get this normal stress with real life.
Like Master Quest, it's only good if you're like in that Dark Souls moment. Like if you just want to play a hard game, then go ahead. If you want to play a hard game and not enjoy the relaxing stuff that Breath of the Wild offers, go ahead there. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
Breath of the Wild is a very relaxing game on top
Yeah.
of being a super like expansive game.
Yeah. Other than that, if you just want to experience the game like how it is, I just go with normal mode. Just go make a second account and play it.
Yeah.
God, like I just could not play. Like I defeated one divine beast, and then like
We're
after
done.
that, I'm just like I was just kind of like thinking about it ahead and going like.
Even if it
I
does
can't
get
do it.
easier for you on as it goes on, because you're gonna have
Yeah.
access to more weapons, you're still
Yeah,
gonna
I even had
have
the
trouble.
Master Sword and everything. Like I had, and I was just like thinking ahead, going like, I don't want to experience Breath of the Wild like this.
This way.
Like, yeah, like last time I had a really good time. I don't want to experience this. Like I'm done. I'm out. I'm making a
What?
second account.
You're gonna make a second account and immediately go to Ganon. Like
I already-
just enough to get you out your pants.
No, yeah, I tried that once. Yeah.
I tried it once too. I actually tried it my first time through, and the second the doors opened and I saw all those guardians, and I was like, nope. I'm gonna go do the rest of the game first.
Yeah, when I tried it, I actually went there and I went to the castle, but then I forgot about the fact that there's actually the rest of the scourges of the Defiant Beast. Yeah, I forgot you had to fight them first, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I am way over my head.
Yeah.
Oh man. Like I was even like, that was even like my goal of going like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna defeat Ganon once in Master Mode, and that's it. And then I remembered, I had to fight those things too,
And you weren't doing that.
and they healed, and they were healing too. And then I just couldn't get to Ganon, and I was just like, no, yeah, no, I'm not having fun with this. Like,
You can't make me.
Yeah, like it's just frustrating. Like it's a mode. Like I'm glad it's kind of an excuse to play more Breath of the Wild, because that's at the end of the day, that's what I want to do. But like, don't make me hate the game.
Yeah.
I want to love it.
If you want a good hard game, go play a good hard game. Go play Dark
Yeah.
Souls.
Pretty much, yeah.
Go play Cuphead.
Yeah, like don't make me hate
Crash
Breath of the Wild.
Bandicoot.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like. Other than that, like, I'm doing my second playthrough with just easy mode or normal mode, and I'm having a blast. Like,
Yeah.
It's like a big difference. Like I'm
having fun again.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me, like, I don't want, like, it just kind of reminds me because of difficulty options obviously being a thing. But in Xenoblade 2, you actually have, like, the ability to customize how hard something is. and you can actually make it harder than the intended hard mode difficulty that the creators wanted. And I haven't tried it yet because I'm not a masochist. I'm not a masochist. I don't want to do that. But it's appreciated that you do that. Good job,
That's
guys.
cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, I really do hope that they actually decide to get Xenoblade X ported to the Switch. Because if there's any game that kind of, I think, would help fill that hole in you, it is Xenoblade X.
Probably, yeah.
And it probably would be, it also would probably be a good like segue into other games because it's not just an open world game. It's also an RPG.
Yeah, I saw. Like, I've noticed that. Like, through some of the footage I've seen. But yeah, like, I really hope so, and I think it will. I think I'll. I have a good feeling I'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, dude, like ever since I played
Stefan. Hi, how you doing?
Hello. I thought that was him. Like,
No, that was me.
that was his
Nope.
intro. I was like, oh damn.
Sorry, I had to get food served up. So
Okay, that's fair. We were
Yeah.
talking about stuff.
okay,
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
good.
well, be right
Alright.
a few seconds, real quick. Just
Right.
gonna do something.
I actually have to also do something, but I'll put music on because we have not had it playing at all.
That's fine. Is OBS still going? It is. Holy cow.
Nice.
I'm gonna turn myself down on the stream so that you're not hearing all the munchy noises.
Okay, back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, just had to. Someone sent me a text, so I was like,
Welcome
it
back.
kind of involved me thinking, so I was like, okay, crap.
Wait,
I have to think.
I have to
Shit.
use my head for this. God damn it.
Like, I have to actually consider my words.
Very carefully, otherwise this friendship might not last anymore. I sometimes feel like that. Like somebody asks me a question.
I'm pretty sure everyone feels like that
Yeah.
from time to time.
It's like, crap. If I say the wrong thing, then I'm gonna alienate another person from my life forever.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's how I go. I mean, this was like more like opinion based and whatnot, and I kind of like, well, it was more so like I wanted to get a message through.
Right.
So. But yeah. So yeah,
Oh yeah, Gambit.
Okay, that should be enough songs for now. So
Alright.
I actually am gonna go and get a drink real quick. I'm sorry.
Roger.
oh, okay. Alright, just. Like I said, dude, this is this is a big improvement.
It's
Like,
much better, I think.
yeah,
I'm-
I think
I'm
I think
happier
so,
with it.
too.
For sure.
Shading wise, this is probably one of your best, to be honest.
Yeah, it's getting to that point, isn't it?
I
It's
think,
more
like, the
refined.
closest tie was the. I'm trying to remember. It was the one where Tails and Cosmo were
In the Typhoon.
We're just looking through the. It was kind of like a similar. It was in the more apocalyptic
Oh, the Battlefield one.
setting. Yeah, the battlefield. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tails was in that. So
Yeah, I think that one is my favorite out of all of them
yeah.
that
What's
I've
your favorite
done.
one out of all of them?
The Battlefield one that I did.
Yeah.
That and routine maintenance, where they're in the Typhoon.
That was a good one.
Oh yeah.
Because back then, it was sort of it was like the puberty of my art style, where it was going from the airbrush, you know, really soft edges type stuff, to the textured, because it's obviously using the airbrush tool, but they still had some texture to them. So, you know.
The way the reflections went.
Oh yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Let me take,
God.
let me take a look, because I want to see. There's the Battlefield one.
Aviator
The one
Fox,
true
powered by
equalizer.
ray tracing technology.
Renders are infinite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was having a bad day, so I decided to just port Infinite and try to do something interesting with Blender. That's how it usually goes.
Oh, hello, Sky Skirmish.
That one was fun.
One of the rare Sonic ones of just Sonic.
Yeah, I don't draw Sonic very often.
Yeah. Actually, this is like the last. It's more like the last one with Sonic, because I'm looking down. There's a few more with Sonic in them.
Yep.
I really can't wait to start. Still, I really think because like Vessel of the Phantom was like a working title.
Mhm.
I think that might actually be the title.
The one true vessel.
Mm-hmm.
The pure vessel.
The nuclear vessel.
Infinite Vessel.
Whoa.
Okay, wait.
Hello, Infinite.
Oh, hi, Infinite. I swear. So there's gonna be like a lot of things here that's like coincidentally
Exactly what happened to the franchise.
even in Forces, because like these were like ideas I came up with before Forces was even announced.
Right?
Yeah, I can understand that.
I mean, I guess I'll let it be that way. Although, if I were like, but to say like, you know, if I were to be interviewed about stuff and be like, so I guess you got this idea, inspiration from some
Sonic
Forces.
Forces? No,
Yeah, and I
this
was
is
like-
before that.
And I was like, actually, no.
Yeah.
Well,
I know it's hard to believe, but no.
Yeah.
that's how a lot of stories are, is that you think of them like years and years before you actually put them into place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my aerial superiority comic has been in the works since I was like 10. So
Yeah,
it's
that's amazing.
Yeah.
9 years in the concept process, and I haven't gotten very far. That's a lie. I probably started when I was about 16. So, you know, 3 years. That's
Well,
better. That's more realistic.
Just thinking about it can
Yeah.
count
more-
as working towards it.
The more Sonic elements of the story I'm making, it's I started most of it like when I was probably around 14.
Yeah.
13, maybe 14. The story overall, though, I've been working on it since I was, not gonna lie, probably very, very young.
Yeah.
Ah,
Like I love creating things,
Mm-hmm.
like specifically stories as a kid. So like,
a lot of
Yeah.
kids do that, you know? It's cool.
Yeah.
I think I've had like. This isn't so much for Sonic, this is more so for like original concepts. But I've kinda had an idea going in my head for like a few main characters of a story since like 2008.
I
And
know how you
things have-
feel. Yeah.
Things
Oh,
have
that's
added onto them for like over the years, like even like the straight up normal form for them to appear in all the time,
That's
and
what
like
I've gone
backstory
through.
elements.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Granted,
Yeah.
they also kind of came from like general ideas of like, in a sense of like, because one of the original ideas that I ultimately had was a gigantic like crisis crossover between all these different worlds of just so happens coincidentally everything that I loved as a child. Wouldn't you know it? That
Yes.
sort of thing. But you know, as time went on, like I looked at an idea that sounded really cringy and stupid at the time, and was like, you know, if I retooled a few things, this could actually be an original character.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's what. Oh yeah, that's what I do too. Like, because the things you thought of as a kid, going like, I'm like, okay, this sounds cringy now, but you know, if I modernize this in my modern head, this could work. Like I
Like
can make this work.
like straight up a character ultimately I can describe in terms of like a general appearance and personality is probably Terra from Teen Titans, but the ideas that have been implemented into her make her a much more unique character. I don't want to say I don't want to say a more unique character, but a unique
Your own,
character to
pretty
set
much.
her away from Terra.
Yeah. Yeah,
And-
pretty much like your own, you know, like
Yeah.
make it your own.
Yeah, that's ultimately how you kind of work with that sort of thing. Is like you essentially like take this idea that wasn't yours, now retool it so much until it is yours.
It's actually why like I'm really invested to this part of the story of the Sonic part of my story. It's that because you know how Sonic takes place in the well, at least Mobius takes place in the very far future.
Yeah,
That's why it's kind of interesting because like in this timeline, it kind of takes place in a way where all the other stuff from my original stories, the one this takes place at, like a long after, you know, that world before is in ruins.
Ah,
You know, and basically everything. This is basically after a time, you know, like the characters that I made before are either like, you know, because these are characters that can live for centuries, some of them, but like they're really hidden in the world because basically it's kind of like the secret war that's been going on. But
since the beginning of time.
like it wasn't secret at first, but then like after like everything got so bad, it came to a point where part of a big chunk of the war pretty much ended. And the reason why that happened was because it was a really chaotic event that basically just destroyed everything. And it was a big world too. Like had a lot of world building stuff, a lot of known characters, a lot of important figures, a lot of important locations, kingdoms, cities, tall buildings, futuristic stuff. And basically, it was like a lot of stuff, but that was all just
Essentially ended.
yeah. And basically, Sonic's world,
Came from
Mobius
that.
at least, yeah, pretty much. And it's like
It's always
basically,
nice. It's always cool to kind of work on like an ancient civilization.
Yeah. That's the one thing I always found interesting about ancient civilization, because like when you think about it, it's like
They had their own entire like stories.
yeah, like
And ours
especially like yeah, because like when you actually think about it, you know, it gets interesting because you kind of realize like, oh yeah, because there was once a time where they weren't called ancient civilizations.
Yeah.
there was a time when they had their own ancient civilizations.
And now they're just called that because they're in ruins.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of cool. Like,
I think it's always fun to delve into the lore that hasn't been examined before.
Admittedly, my kind of ultimate universe, I guess, is not really a universe, but like a set of characters essentially just going in between universe to universe. So, on one hand, that means that I'm not always able to do exploring like ancient civilizations. But on the flip side, I can also do that whenever I want because it's a massive multiverse and I can do whatever I want from universe to universe.
Yeah.
And I don't have to worry about, okay, what would this have an effect on it? Would this have effect on my story as it is? Well, it wouldn't if you're in another universe, and there you go.
Yeah. I was kind of nervous at first about how I was going to adapt the Archie comics and the games and Sonic X into one continuous universe. But the thing is, it's not a continuation that I'm doing. It's a rewrite. So basically, I'm taking parts of existing lore, cherry picking what I like, and making it my own. Even though
that's what
that's kind of what a lot of fans like to do with the Sonic mythos because like
yeah.
It's a very like even if you take a lot of the stuff that like say Ken Penders did, there's still a lot to work with, and
Oh yeah.
you can rework parts that maybe didn't work out all that well, or maybe parts that worked out well in a different context.
Right.
And that's also kind of what Ian Flynn did with the RJ Comics inherently, because they were very far from the games.
Oh yeah.
They were excruciatingly far, and the man worked a miracle and made them closer to the games in terms of tone and for like game adaptations. Like, granted, he couldn't do like an adaptation per every time a game came out because, like, you know, there's one every year. You can't just have it be based on every one, but you kind of found a way around that by just having like there be a little tie-in 5-panel issue at the end of each issue.
Yeah, and like, and the reason why this whole, you know, like what Forktail said, the whole like just making this thing into your own.
Yeah.
It really works so well for me because that's basically what my story is. This strange dimension. Something happened in a time where the planet Earth was normal, and then everything just started coming in this dimension, and
the Fire Nation attacked.
Crossovers. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
There'll be times where there are actual crossovers, and then there'll be times where the world where this crossover is in mind, that world got destroyed, and now it's basically just resulted into one timeline, into one world. And there's only like remnants of like other parts of the characters. And it's a crossover, but it's like it's kind of like a sad way of why it's a crossover.
Yeah.
It's basically it's like one part of a universe built onto to another.
Yeah.
And the way how Sonic's world came in was that it came from multiple parts of the Mobius lore. It's basically all meshed together and whatnot. And yeah, it's just basically it's conversion to one timeline. And of course, timeline that I like.
Right.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's something really nice to do, you know, with the Sonic universe. Like, you know,
This
That's-
is a very rich universe.
It's what made it interesting to me. You know, because I liked it before, and my friends and I would always play pretend, and we'd do all that stuff and tell our own stories that way. But when I discovered the comics through the Sonic Mega Collection, I mean, it like opened all kinds of doors. I'm like, holy cow, I didn't even know. And you know, it was totally different from the games. Even back in the adventure days, it was just totally.
I'd even go as far as to say like it's never before Ian Flynn got on board. It was
like,
never like what the games were.
Yeah.
Because like, you just can't help but wonder, like.
If you, honest to God, want a more like game fitting experience, for like comics in the '90s, you were honestly better off reading the Fleetway comics,
right?
Because they were actually a lot more closer to the source material,
right? Even though they were ugly as crap and made Super Sonic a dickhead.
Asshole.
Yeah.
Sonic was a complete dickhead, but it also even that had a lot of elements of interesting world character building and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing is that, like, because the characters are always usually so similar.
Yeah.
In most of the world, you just can't help but like just wonder, like, where in that world they have their own unique characters. You just can't help but wonder, like, you know, what would happen if they met these other characters?
Right.
Because like it's the same franchise, but like.
Yeah, you never get those sort of character interactions. It's kind of that reason why, for my videos, like a basic theme you can probably find throughout all of them is it's essentially just Cosmo living with all these characters, and I can't wait to like do a story where she meets Blaze or do a story where she meets Snick.
Exactly.
They're gonna be that's gonna be cool to do. Or
even just the other characters just mentioning just mentioning each other.
Yeah.
You know, like the fact that you're just interacting and then but like also like referencing like, oh yeah, like that event happened. That's why like I really I kind of got interested in delving into a version of the Meteoric saga where what would happen if like Nicole or Sally got involved. Like maybe like
Yeah.
Nicole would be like would try to like contact the Blue Typhoon and try to be like basically like their AI.
Right. See,
Yeah.
that's kind of what I was thinking, because Sally is going to play a bit of a part as a bit of a political mediator between the freedom fighters, the resistance, and of course the political realm beyond, which I'm not going to get into in the comic because it's boring. But
that's kind of a thing with politics. Is
Yeah.
that if
Yeah.
it's not controversial, it's probably going to be boring.
yeah, and but the thing is, the airplanes are getting faster, and the targets are getting harder to hit, and so they need a targeting computer. But they've run out of software engineers because bombings happen, and there's not a lot of silicon and copper and PCB materials left, because it pretty much is a resource war.
Yeah.
And so they use what they already have, and so Tails enlists the help of Nicole, and she basically becomes she divides her computing power among all of the 700th squadron, and because she's subdivided, she kind of loses a bit of her self-control and a bit of her personality. So she essentially becomes this sassy targeting computer. And so some shenanigans will ensue that way.
That actually made me wonder this. Is Rotor gonna factor all into this? Because
he's a ground crew mechanic.
Okay, he's a ground crew mechanic. Cause,
Yeah.
like it's kind of like in the Archie comics, at least for like the reboot. Rotor basically was like the weapons engineer, while Tails was more of the mechanic.
Yeah.
Partially because Rotor's dad was actually also a warlord, and that's kind of a small aspect of his person. That's a small.
I think that's part of why Tails and Rotor get along so well, because actually their families are very similar. Because Tails' dad is a general in the army, and
yeah.
I mean, it's not quite a warlord, but it's still a military background.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of more the Rotor thing is only really a case for the reboot, as far as I know.
Right.
It might be in the original.
That's also kind of like why I would make like kind of like Elias, King Elias.
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 I don't know how to pronounce the actual name.
It's Elias.
I just say Elias.
It's Elias.
I've always said Elias.
I've been saying Elias for a while.
The people who are actually named that way are Elias.
Oh. Okay.
So yeah, it's Elias.
And then, and there was like this one thing where he kind of thought that this whole thing about Tails being a captain was special, is because his dad was a general.
Yeah.
And now his son is like
following in his footsteps and taking initiative and all this stuff.
Yeah. I feel like I kind of made this story where like the fact that Tails is like the captain of the ship is more emphasized.
Right.
It's like now he's starting to learn. I also kind of want to show how it really affects Tails in a way, because he's taking a lot of responsibility. And
right.
Kind of just delves into like how much he really hates it when he can't save someone or keep promises.
See,
it just shows how it really gets to him. But he tries not to show it.
Yeah.
Some of his friends, but like inside, he's just.
Well, throughout his entire life, he's been struggling for credibility. People have always thought that he was just some dumb kid who couldn't really do much. He's not the strongest guy. He's brilliant, but he doesn't know how to communicate it to people who aren't at his level. And that's what makes his relationship with Cosmo so special, is because she's like a medium in between, and she may not necessarily understand, but she can appreciate it at least, where others don't. And with my comic, and you're kind of seeing it in this picture right here, there was this whole thing about Tails losing it and just kind of going mad, basically. Not so much like just turning feral or something, you know, just more.
He loses himself in a sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and at this point in the story, the background is that he's blaming himself for something that he may or may not have done that cost him dearly. But not just him, but the entire squadron, and it was a pretty decisive defeat at this point. Just after this unbroken string of victories, and you know, there's propaganda up, and
Yeah.
you know, they're rooting for him, and then this happens, and then everything just breaks, and
Everything
so
falls apart.
he's struggling with all this other stuff, but eventually something happens where he just has to leave the Air Force and become part of the unofficial resistance.
That sounds.
But you know,
I
there's
probably
like
know why, but like that sounds like a lot. Yeah, I know what you're getting at.
the there's a lot to learn about sacrifice and regret and
Yeah.
just a lot of life advice here.
Yeah. So
But I need it wouldn't be enough to just say to have a panel with a speech bubble saying this is bad, don't do it. You have to actually show it, and it's gonna hurt.
Yes.
It's gonna hurt real bad, and I hate it.
Luther stole 40K. That's his
That's why like I have a lot of scenes.
That's terrible.
That's why I have a lot of scenes where it's kind of just there's no dialogue, but like it's just like say for Tails,
Yeah.
for example, like it's just him. He's just walking to his captain's chair. Like right after that, he just had to deal with. It's basically kind of like one of the scenes where he had to like say no.
Yeah.
Or say like he can't do it.
Yeah.
To one of the civilians of a planet
Yeah.
that he was gonna protect. Like oh, I can't save the planet. I have to take you to a new place.
Yeah.
Pretty much, and it was kind of like this really heartbreaking scene, and he couldn't help because it was after like a series of like him of like little things after another
Yeah.
where he felt helpless, and it was just like at that moment where he was just kind of just pretty much emotionless in a way, but like he was
Yeah.
just kind of like deadpan guilt.
Yeah.
He was just like he was stepping into his captain's seat, and he just like all the memories, like the flashbacks of like everything that's been happening and whatnot, all the declines, the struggle because of order and things things having to happen in a certain way because of certain orders or certain ways or just simply things that he just couldn't do when it
Right.
starts to get to him, like because he was trying to like drink tea. He was trying to get into a habit of drinking tea now,
Uh-huh.
like to like get caffeinated and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like there was like this part where like he was just holding it, and then finally like he was just crushing it
Yeah.
in his hands as he was thinking about it. It was just, and then finally.
Oh, I have
all of a
to
sudden, it's suddenly all. So what's that?
I have to post a concept art I did. Anyway, just keep going. You just you reminded me to do something because I did something at work, and it's actually a pretty cool sketch. But anyway.
Oh, can't wait to see it. But yeah, like and then like it just all kind of stops when Cosmo just comes in and just pats him on the shoulder a bit. They don't really say anything, but they just kind of not really pats, but like just places her hand on her shoulder, on his shoulder, and
Yeah.
they don't say anything. They just kind of look at each other, and Cosmo sees his face, and she kind of comes to that realization, going like, "Oh man, it's like, hey, it's like, just gotta keep going through." Whatnot, and they just kind of hold each other and whatnot.
Yeah.
Well, that scene kind of symbolizes that. Yeah. Not only is Tails, not only that is Tails taking in a lot, but it kind of just shows it also kind of referenced the fact that without Cosmo, Tails is kind of like a loose cannon.
Yeah,
You know,
he's
like,
pretty much lost.
mhm.
Yeah, she's invaluable moral support.
Yeah.
She's really there to keep his head on straight. So
Like, yeah, pretty much.
I feel really bad because I've been zoned out for some reason and I haven't been able to zone back in. So everything's like just coming to this conversation. I don't know. Luckily it's recorded, so I'll be able to come back and listen to it.
oh yeah,
Alright.
I apologize.
it's all good.
It's alright. Yeah, it's just. I just showed like how important Tails and Cosmo are, and
Yeah.
sometimes like it's not just Cosmo either. You know, it's just like the little things like like Nicole and how he's protective of Cream and whatnot.
Yeah.
All the characters.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I was able to catch from earlier though is the whole how Tails kind of bottles up certain emotions.
Yeah.
And you can kind of argue that Sonic kind of does the same, especially with how the latest arc
Yeah.
has kind of been treating it, because Sonic is still very much worried about this whole zombie outbreak thing and about how he's infected and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's not like letting it really show. And Tails kind of picks that up because Sonic's his hero, and
Yeah.
in a sense, Sonic's
Yeah.
kind of a step forward smiler where he's always smiling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
Yeah.
an aspect.
That's basically what happens in Bloody Tropolis, is that when that moment comes, you know, when that place finally hits, everybody's worries just finally explode. You know, like everyone's kind of like just basically the bullshit is dropped.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, let's this is happening pretty much. You know.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a time where everyone freaks out. Yeah.
It's a lot of turbulent times.
Mm-hmm.
Turbulence.
And what I really like doing with Tails' character is that, like, especially when I think of like how it looks.
Yeah.
In a way, it kind of, because when like the more the things get to him and whatnot, as the story progresses and whatnot, he starts looking more progressively like an adult.
Yeah.
Like, he's still a kid, of course, you know, like, but like the way he looks and gazes into space and whatnot, he kind of just looks like
He
he's
behaves
just
more like
he's
a
like man.
person, like a grown
He's a
person.
man who wants to do good, but he's trapped in this child's body, basically.
Yeah.
He just,
That struggle
like,
for credibility once again.
yeah, like he just, you know, because and I kind of like made it to where like at first like he's just like he's more fuzzy. Like of course like he still had his struggles, but like before the war, like,
Uh-huh.
he was still like his fuzzy stuff. You know, like he's still like lighthearted and whatnot. And that's why when he was like he got the captain role officially, he
Yeah.
was really excited because he was like, oh yes, I can do more. I can do more with this now. I can actually do what I've actually been wanting to do. Like I can actually help people, and
Yeah.
this could really prove myself and whatnot. But like, it just kind of just shows like, in that moment, it kind of just shows like, gotta remember, like this is like, oh yeah, I gotta remember. This is bigger than just me. This is bigger than freaking Mobius.
Yeah.
This is like the fate of the freaking universe, you know. Like,
Yeah.
This is,
All of this existence.
yeah. And then.
What it looks like to
Yeah.
be responsible of more than just yourself and your friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like. Yeah. And then there was like this one scene where like Tails and Cosmo kind of vent about this, because Cosmo's been dealing with a lot of stuff that, and like, it's like, yeah, like we kind of don't really become kids anymore. I mean, we aren't really kids anymore. We can't.
Yeah.
We just kind of experienced this already, like all the things we've been through.
We weren't lucky enough to have a childhood.
Yeah, like the whole thing about being a child is ignorance.
Yeah.
And
Ignorance is bliss.
but
That's why we value childhood so much.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
14th, but this is pretty deep.
It is pretty deep.
Yeah, I gotta go soon. I don't wanna.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm about to be done for the day too. I've been.
Yeah, this was a good stream.
It was a good
This was
stream.
great. I like this one.
I actually liked the stream. Like on YouTube, I actually liked it. So there you go.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
It's like, you just like my streams? What?
Boy, I can't wait for like when we actually start to decide to advertise these streams, and then people just start to know this stuff. They'll
Yeah.
be able to look back and like get to really know us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all our
Probably like
ugly flaws.
daddy issues.
Welcome to the Daddy Issues podcast. I am Forte Devil, and I'm joined by my co-hosts.
Edgelord and Zane. Devastated. Zap.
Meme Lord Zap.
Lord Zap.
The Burp Crusader. No. Together we shall take over the world.
I'm going to now link you to my sponsor, Cactus Juice. Drink Cactus Juice.
No! My cabbages.
No, my cabbages!
My cabbages!
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disconnect from the stream.
Alrighty.
Or at least, like, take it off the TV.
Right.
When do you think we'll be able to watch Avatar again? We might just have to sacrifice a stream day just to do it.
I can do tomorrow before 5 my time. I mean, I'm basically open any day after 3, so.
I am over tomorrow, but if I remember Zap, you can't go tomorrow?
I have to take my cat to the vet because we need to get her shots.
Yeah.
And admittedly, that's going to be kind of early in the day where we have to go at 1, but I don't know how long that will take.
Right.
Maybe I'll be home by 3 my time, which for Unizane would be like lunchtime.
Yeah.
Around like noon, right?
Well, if it's three at your time, then I most likely will be able to.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah.
I guess tomorrow we'll watch
Yeah.
Avatar.
We'll just
Yeah,
have
actually-
we'll just have to
Not do a stream.
well, coordinate
You're
via
before my
Discord.
time, right? I mean, you're.
Yeah, he's an hour ahead of me, I think, so it should be 8:02 for him right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's 8:02 for me.
And then should be like 5:02 for you.
For me?
yeah.
502?
Fi- Is it 5:02?
If it's anything 5, I can't.
No, I'm talking about like right now.
Oh, yeah. It's 502.
Yeah, because for you it would be like noon if we were, because it'd be 2 for me, 3 for Zap. So
12 for you.
yeah,
So 12 for me. Okay. All right. That works.
Like I said, I don't know if I'll actually be home by 3. I'm just assuming that I will because that's just how it works.
right.
And I don't know how long it'll be because like we haven't taken her to the vet since my sister has. I basically had to go to my grandma and get her to be the one to do it because I have conspiracy theorist parents who
Yeah.
says that vaccines are toxic.
Oh my god. Yeah, my dad was. The reason why he's so unhealthy right now is because
Gotcha.
Vaccinate your fucking kids.
It does help.
I'm gonna be honest. I really don't. I don't really know much about the stance of vaccines. To be honest, I
Well,
don't understand it.
now
But
look, the thing about
I'm not
vaccines.
against it or anything. I just don't know. I just don't really understand.
Yeah. The thing about it is there are some ingredients in there that, you know, some kids are allergic to. Like my brother, he's allergic to eggs, and they put egg in some of the vaccines. We couldn't take that, otherwise he'd I don't know what happens when he like just eats raw eggs. I think he just like a rash or some stupid thing. I don't know.
Hmm.
But allergic reactions are all dumb, so, you know.
Yeah, allergies and stuff. But you still want to get like what vaccines you can because like that way you don't have to worry about getting the fucking black plague.
Exactly.
Okay. Alrighty.
Because it's always dumb whenever I
So-
see people who's like,
So that's just basically all they're worried about is just allergies. The
I
ones who
mean-
are against it.
They're saying that it causes stuff like autism, which it doesn't.
Okay, yeah, alright, I already know that's bullshit.
Yeah.
that's bullshit right there.
That's okay.
It's I think it's also just kind of a case of where like my parents are really high on conspiracy theories where like they think chemtrails exist and the like and they're poisoning us
Yeah.
for like control. So like that's pretty bullshit. To
Oh
me.
my gosh.
Where did you stay?
Look at this texture. Holy cow, that's cool looking. Whoa. Okay, that's cool. New technique. I just learned. That's amazing. I'm keeping that. That is so cool looking.
That does look cool.
Whoa.
That does look cool.
I'm very pleased with that. Oh, that's nice.
Dude, you're
Oh. I didn't even mean for that. Just like, what happens when I use the sharpen tool? It's like, oh my god.
that looks good.
That's
dude.
amazing.
This is great. This is great.
And then okay, and then it's gonna blur as it goes into the background. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. I mean, that looks like legit cracked and chipped paint and metal. I mean, that looks legit.
Dude.
Looks legit.
It looks like shit, but good shit.
It's good shit. Holy cow, that's
That's
wow. Sorry, I keep looking at this and I'm like, I get more and more happy with this the more that I do with it.
Well, like,
Yeah,
no,
this is
it's
probably
really
gonna be
cool.
your-
Like,
This might be your favorite picture you draw.
Maybe so, who knows?
yeah, dang.
It's not your favorite because it's the one you draw. It's the one because it's a friends with you made along the way.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yay! Sappy messages in the end. Woohoo! For posterity, this is the end of the stream. Bye!